How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Yo, Legion Remix, boys. I might have a nice little surprise for you tomorrow. Could be interesting. I'm gonna keep it a secret. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm actually not gonna give you a buck. I'm gonna give you nothing up until tomorrow, because that could be, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping Blizzard doesn't screw me over with this one. But yeah, if you like farming, yeah, let me get the groups up and running over on the EU side of things. Hopefully everybody enjoyed them. Make it a home over on the PTR. I am so sad they only let you do that for a day. They should just let you like have a preview and mess around and customize it for like, I don't know, a week. That would have been awesome. Dude, I saw some of the homes that people were making. Somebody made like a cannon with like walls around it. It was kind of gnarly looking. I did not hate it. I did not hate it at all. What's up, gamers? What's up, boy? How you doing, my man? Still seeing people do some open world remix farms. A lot of them are bad. I found one that isn't nerfed. Let's just say. Let's just say. Let's just say. And it's good. It's real good. Real good. I was tipped off. It wasn't even me that found it. I was tipped off like, yo, so there's this thing you can do, and it's good. And I decided, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. And then I gave it a try, and it's good. Not a lot of people know that it exists, though. That's the thing. You're not gonna find it. Like in the open world, you're not gonna stumble upon it. You're not. You're just not. No, not even spiders. Better than spiders. Actually, better than spiders. You're not gonna find it. I'm telling you right now. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Why am I not able to see Molten Core here, by the way? It used to be the first raid that popped up here, but now I have to like actually find it. Let me get Duels up and running. We don't have Johnny tonight, unfortunately, chat. We won't have Johnny this evening. He did tell me that he's got a work trip to get to. So we'll try to see if we can put a group together without Johnny, Glypho, Bird, Nasperska. First one's in. I'm gonna have to make somebody here a lead, though. I guess I can make Nasperska lead, right? Does he want to lead? Does he want to lead duels? Possibly. Who was your invite, ma'am? Miss Sarah? Yo, motherfucker, join us, ma'am. Axivishi? I don't remember if this guy joins duels at all. I guess I should just let the groups fill up and then like start asking around if anybody wants to join, right? Does the Anduin want to join? Hold on, the Anduin actually messaged me the other day. What did the Anduin say? The Anduin said, I think as long as you get the glory Nemesis Kai Veza, you should be good to go. Oh, that's what it was about. That's what it was about. Got it. Got it. Oh, soft a while. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. So we got the group up and running. Yeah. We got the group up and running. If y'all want to join us, well, welcome to it. Let me also post exactly where this is going to be. Man, it's gonna be weird. I'm so used to having like somebody help me out, make groups. Like Johnny usually helps out and does a lot here for me, man. Gets a second group up and running. Hey, duels? Yelmis? I don't remember if he does duels at all, but potentially get him in. Does Dipson join duels? Hey, Dipson, wanted to join 5V5 duels? Yeah, getting some groups together right now. Jayhawk, yo, Jay, you're gonna be lead on this group. How did that sound? Wait, I guess I need to put this into a raid, don't I? And then I'll get you in here. Where are you? You are over here. I'll make you lead. I'll get a second group up and running, baby. That'll work for me, yeah? That'll work for me once we get young Jay in here. And then we'll have to figure out who's gonna be a second group up and running. Oh! They did it! Chat, they actually did it! Dude, I just said they should extend the housing upgrade preview. They extended it through the weekend. Actual Blizzard W on that one. actual Blizzard W. How's it still in progress feature? Testing keeping, please know the test will conclude at any time as needed, which will appreciate the feedback. Feedback is things are for extended throughout the weekend. I'm gonna mess with it tonight. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. That's what we want. Rick, my man. Yo, Rick, get in the other group, right? I'm gonna make lead on Young Jay here. Okay, getting second group up real quick. Rick, my boy. I didn't realize you back. How did AWC go? How'd you guys do? Did you guys win? Molten. Is that why you guys do High Mountain for like the raid or High Mall? Because for me, Molten Core popped up as the first raid every single time, but it doesn't anymore. Rick, get in here. You might have to do /reload in order to find the group again. Because I think like after I declined you, it's probably going to show up as decline on your end. But do /reload and you'll be able to join back in. Hey, X, wanna join 5V5 Duels? I'm gonna start asking around, dude. Yeah, get in here. You'll be the lead. If you want to invite any of your homies, you're more than welcome to. Hey, Cloak, wanna join 5V5 Duels? We got more 5V5 Duels tonight if you want in. Can't wait to dunk on Asmodean. Yo, me too, man. Me too. Yeah. I'm hoping Asmodean will be like not a pushover, dude. Let me know when to invite. And then Cloak said something. Sure, invite. Oh, hell, baby, let's go. Get Light Shatter in here. Is it Pally? Pally's got nerve too, so Pally's are actually doable, dude. If Saba could walk you around and slam through Paladinos like he did last week, I think we're in a good spot, baby. I think we're actually in a good spot. Yeah, go for it, Rick. Go for it. I'm still taking a second to get a group together anyway, so you are fine, man. Desposhka is in. Loopy doesn't normally join. Kodako is a PvE guy. Jeff, I don't remember who Jeff is anymore. Jay's is the boy over on the NA. Yelmis, I would have looked at. Oscar Pando. I don't remember if Oscar joins these. Hey, oh, he's in a key. Not a key. He's in an arena right now, so might be shuffling about. Hell yeah. Yeah, they also added a bunch of Headless Horseman items too, dude. Man. Go group. Alrighty. Shaboshi. Yeah, Shaboshi, my man. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Hell yeah. Does Resident Hell want to join? Hey, friend. Duels tonight? See if you'd be down for it. What's J-Hawk doing? I have to be AFK for about 7 minutes. I'll text you when I'm back. Okay, don't log off. Or if you do, pass lead to the rogue. Yeah. Jay needs to be AFK for a little bit, so maybe just pass lead to the rogue and Will can maybe fill. Potentially. Does Shadow want to join in? Hey, Shadow. Wanna join 5V5 Duels? What's the chat? No science tonight, so this is your time to shine potentially, boys. Your time to shine potentially. This could be the night. Does Manessa want to join in? Ren? Hey, Ren, want to join 5V5 Duels? I'm asking anyway. We gotta wait for Jay, so we're not like really need to get going now. Nomez lover. Who the hell is Nomez? Sham is on? Yo, hey Sham. Wanna join Duels? You can get him in. Yeah, Asmodean though. I'm hoping the boss is not a pushover. I'm hoping they'll make it like kind of challenging, at least the first time around. Rick is resetting, but he'll be back in a bit. So we got waiting for Rick. We're waiting on Rick and waiting on Jay. So we'll see if we can get it up and running here in a second. So I still need like what, 3 more or 2 more for this group? Zikari, I asked him last week, but I don't think Zikari joins us in a while. So we got time. We got nothing but time. Dude, I can't believe it. They extended the actual housing. It is so good. So good. Oh my God, chat. I can't believe they did it. Actually so good. By the way, how's my shirt looking? Oh, it's like really gray looking. Why is my shoulder cut off so hard? Has it always been like this? I feel like I never look at what it looks like on stream. I literally have the chat covered up. Alright, so I got a couple of bodies that I'm trying to see if I can get a whisper from. But knowing that What's it? But knowing that what am I trying to thought just now? Knowing that I lost my train of thought completely, bro. I would think I was gonna say something about housing. That's literally the last thing that was on my mind. But yeah, the fact that they extended it, I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty awesome, honestly. Here we go. I've been doing daily raids and 3 infinite tasks per day. I got 3 characters level 60, 70. Did you see that apparently gave like some kind of like a buff? I think it's some reset. Your first dungeon of the day is apparently going to give you a big XP bonus. I don't know what that means or how big it's going to be, but apparently there's going to be some sort of a bonus. This should be pretty good. This should hopefully be pretty good. Alright, who else can I invite? Naz? He hasn't been in at least no second here. And I keep asking him, but he hasn't joined us. Not yet, at least. Not yet. Sleepy Bear still hasn't responded. Where's Sabo, actually? Last time Sabo said something about not feeling all that good, so hopefully he's feeling better, man. Hopefully he's feeling better. I should have messaged SKXR, actually. Damn it. I feel like I kind of messed up. We're gonna ask Razor. I can see if he'll be down to join him. Hey, Razor, wanna join Duels, friend? So we still need what? 2 more bodies, and so we need 2 bodies. But I'm also gonna have to wait for however long it's gonna be with a Jayhawk, because he said he's gonna need a couple of minutes. So I'm trying to like figure out like, should I start like should I just chill and wait for Jay to come back and then like ask around and be that, or should I just like try to get the group gathered as quickly as I can? Because even if I gather it like real quick, we might just have to wait on Jay anyway. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know who else I'm missing? I'm missing my boy Telrion. I'm missing Telrion. Also, I'll see if Alex wants to join in. Hey Alex, wanna join Duel? Yeah, spell, can I? Jesus Christ, it's real bad. I was already gonna add dungeons to the list. It's out already? Wait, that's a hot fix? I thought there was like something that was gonna be like a reset type of fix. If that's out now, that's good. Yeah, daily dungeon should give you a big boost. 15,000? Is that what that is? It's already in? That's crazy. You think they'll boost like the amount of infinite power you get for your daily to log in dungeon? I feel like that could also help out as well. Yeah, posted XP and remix. I was sure that's it. I was pretty sure it was like one of those Tuesday hotfixes with the new phase or whatever. Hey, Joel, Pally's a good now. Cloaky, yeah, more than welcome to. Pally did get nerfed. Pally's still really good, but they did get nerfed kind of recently for PvP. Only the Dawn Light ability, right? Only the Dawn Light ability got nerfed just slightly. Wait. Oh. Okay. You know when I saw this Rapture mount, I was like, wait. And I saw a Druid health bar above it. I didn't even see the Druid. I honestly thought this was like, wait, when did they get like a badass looking travel form as a Rapture? But no, I literally didn't see the Xanda. It literally looked like a fixture, looked like part of the mount. Didn't look like somebody riding one. How good would it be if that was like a travel form? That would be insane. I feel like Blizzard would have an infinitely loading stream. Oh, wait, what? Have infinitely loading stream. By the way, I'm not on the stream because my internet provider right now. Oh, okay. I'll message you back and forth on here to keep you in the loop. Cool, that works out. So Rick is not in the stream, but he is here. All right, so we need, what, 2 more bodies anyway? I want to see if maybe Atherman would be interested in joining sometime again. I miss that guy. I miss Atham. You invited me. I'm Light Shatter. I know. I am aware. Wait, are you in? Are you in? You're in. Beautiful. Beautiful. I know that I messaged you. I know that I messaged you. I just couldn't remember if I like did talk to you an invite, because I know you said like. Pretty sure you said like in a second, and I just didn't remember if I invited you or if I needed to invite you still. But no, yeah, I do know you're in. I do know you are in. I do know that I'll message you asking you if you want to join. Let's put it that way. Let's see if Oscar wants to join in. Hey, Oscar, want to join Duels? He's still in that Mugambala, dude. That thing is taking a second, huh? That Mugambala taking a second. Shadow, Resident Hell, I message all of them. If Shamtar pops back over, that'd be wonderful. Or Sabo, one of those two. Sabo was insane last week, man. I actually looked at some of the footage and I didn't realize Sabo just had like a random ascendance that killed a mage. He was like having a back and forth with a mage. Normally mages win that. Way back in the day, shamans would win that, but then mages started beating shamans every single run. But then Sabo was just like kind of hanging on. Random ascendance wins it. The mage was just a little closer in melee. And he went with a storm strike into a wind strike immediately with us at his proc. And the guy just went from like 20% just dead. A little bit of health bar, poof, just pinched it. I've been going through all my artifacts and I surprised myself with the fact that a majority of them, while still being 90% sure I never touched mage, warlock, or priest and legion. I'm guessing the story quest lines are now warbound, so you're probably unlocking a bunch more of them. I will be surprised if you weren't just unlocking them just because some of them became, warbound and stuff. Really, oh, sleepy. Really good chance that that's probably what happened. Like if you're just seeing a bunch of them pop up that you never had before. Let's see if I can get Oblivion here. I still need a couple of more bodies. I got a couple of DMs that I'm waiting on. But I don't remember if Jelm is doing duels. Hey. Actually, I don't think he does. I don't think he does. Does Ben? Fart box punch. I'm gonna ask, dude. I'm gonna ask. With a name like that, I'm gonna ask. Somehow blocked out gearing through classes completely. I mean, when you gear that many classes, man, you know what I mean? Like, if you're just like on the treadmill, on the grind, I'm assuming like someone would just blend together so well. You know? I'm gonna start holding to my gear until I get the neck. Yo, dude, he's trying to get the neck the entire time. Jesus. Was the foul neck? I actually ended up getting some really good abilities for myself. I'm pretty sure I got like all the offensive abilities except for like one trinket maybe. I need to go back and look at the paladin like guide. See what abilities I need. Retribution, Legion Remix. I need 2 Touch of Malice, 2 Terrors from Below, and Volatile Magic. I have 1 Volatile Magic, 1 Terror, and I think 1 Malice. Oh no, I have 2 Volatile Magics. I gotta replace that with 2 Terrors. Or 2 touches of malice. Ideally. But yeah. So I need to do a bit of farming myself, actually. I don't think I'm gonna go super hard on farming, honestly. I'm probably just gonna chill and just like get them my raids and dungeons, like dailies and stuff. Eventually give me the gear. Because right now it's just like doing enough content until you roll the lottery and then it's just infinite power farming. Getting as much infinite power as humanly possible. Yeah, I do prefer the Vengeance Mage Tower over Havocdom, the shadow size of him. The Vengeance Mage Tower skin does look really good. I wish I got it back in the day. I love this whole like demonic wing and how one glaive is actually a little different looking than the other. Pretty sure one has like this demon hunter like sash, horns, skull thing and the other doesn't. But they both look like wings, like demonic wings. But like really sharp demonic wings that you use as weapons. And I kind of like that whole like the brutality of it all, you know? I think it looks really cool. I'm a big fan of it altogether. You can mog the right hand into both. Oh, really? Okay, so you can basically just not do this whole one the other. You can just get both the same, huh? Okay. Fair. But I like the whole like asymmetry of it though. I always thought it was kind of neat. But yeah, I forgot you can mog it. Yeah, what's up, Shiny? How do my man? You want to join us? We got a couple spots over for the duels. We have group 1 ready to go. I'm just trying to fill the second group really quickly. And without my boy Johnny, that's a body missing. That's 1 of the bodies unfortunately missing for the night. He's got a work trip. Another body that I'm still missing to those days. My boy Plush. My boy Plush. Watch it while I'm at work. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, my dude. So still the need 2. But I'm also waiting on... Where is it? Let me know when you're back. And hopefully it's all good. 400 million DPS on the first boss, Ian Mythic gets spammed. Wait, what? What do you mean? Ready? Okay, so Jay's still ready. Jay's back. All good. I just need to fill up a couple of bodies on my end, man. Let me see. We need 2 more and good to go. If you weird. Got. I'm letting Rick know right now, like, we just need 2 more bodies and we're good. I just need 2. And then we'll be good. I think I messaged pretty much everybody. I have a bunch of, like, DMs that I'm still waiting for a response on. Pretty sure I messaged Shadow. Yeah, LSKXR. I probably should have hit him up before he was able to jump into his dungeon. We'll try to see if I can snag him early on. And Zakati, last time I messaged him, I don't think he messaged me back. So I'm just gonna let that dude do his own thing. Yeah. Full 400. Oh wait, I already read that. What do you mean we got spammed? What do you mean got spammed? Like with messages? Did you see the message that I got when I was raiding, dude, from some random dude on Storm Rage? Did you see that? I posted it on Twitter or X. For some reason that tweet blew up. Everybody's just like Storm Rage behavior. Like people spam messaging me? Really? Why? What happened? Hold on, what? You mean because it did 400 mil DPS? I guess I haven't seen monks, right? Hey man, wanna join 5V5 Duels? I didn't realize Bayek is on. He's just some classic. I wanna see if I can get him in here if possible. And we'll need a +1, otherwise we'll be good to go. Bayek's friend also. I haven't mattered. I don't know if he's on anywhere. Well, that'd be another homie I'd like to invite as well. Double Celestial, want to touch the boss? 40 million, next person did 40. Ah, yeah, Double Celestial. And then touch the boss. That is crazy good. That is crazy good. That is a lot of damage. Still, about being said, I feel like I never see Woodwalkers in whenever I do raids. I see it a lot more in Holy Death Knights though. Death Knights, have a Demon Hunters, still a lot of Paladins. I can say amount of Paladins. I don't know what your movie is, so I can't say I forgot it was today. Oh, okay. All good, friend. Alright, so Bayek is a no-go. We just need 2 more bodies done. Where does your Red Sun Mythic raids? Really? Is it just like an AU NA thing? I see Rets everywhere. Rets is like the most played class, I'm pretty sure. Even in Remix. I know it's just like that on live, but in Remix, I feel like it's still one of the most played. Besides Demon Hunter, maybe. But like, I see Rets everywhere. Every group has a Red Paladin. Kind of crazy, actually. Barely see Survival. I see a lot. Survival? I don't think I've seen a single Survival Remix, honestly. Maybe like one while I'm leveling or something, but like, outside of that, not really. Outside of that, not really. Does Tepa join these? It said PvE homie, but I'm wondering if we should just hit him up anyway. Also, where's Carter, dude? Carter is another guy. What does he play? He's pretty decent at Rogue. I'm gonna start reaching out to literally everybody on my BNet. Literally everybody. Maybe next time. Alrighty. Apex is a PvE guy. Hit up Ben. Pretty sure I hit up Gibson pretty early on. Keisuke. Does he want to join actually? That doesn't reach out, right? I love you, chat, bro. Seriously, seriously. This is what happens when my boy Johnny boy ain't in here, man. Because he usually gets like a 5-man group pretty quickly. I think he like asshole his homies if they want to hop on, and he gets like a squad rolling. What is this? Got a voicemail, but it has like nothing in there. So what? Odd. Asking? Yeah. Because we still need 2 more. Like if my boy Cham, if he reaches back, then maybe we could potentially get something going. Possibly, maybe. Bro, Johnny even said like, maybe I should just play some remix today instead of doing duels. Maybe I should just play a remix. I was like, nah, we can get an EU group going. I think it'll be fine. Here we are. I thought honestly the hype for remix, I thought like, okay, first week definitely is gonna get hard to get duels going, but next week I'm sure things are gonna quiet down. Maybe I was wrong. We'll still give it a solid shot though. We'll still give it a solid try either way. Do I have Telrion? Telrion. I don't think so actually. What do I do? Wait, Curdy? Yo, Curdy, a Shadow Priest? Okay. Curdy's in, boys. Sure, I can try, but done on my main. Okay. Sounds good. Let me know when to end. Curdy, are you actually playing disc, or are you? Please tell me switching over to Shadow, right? Because this is good, but just I don't know about what he wants good. I gotta shuffle, gotta take it. If KSK joins, then we should be able to get these duels going here in a second, my guy. It's up to you. If you take a shuffle, duel, my headset will swap you out. But yeah, like I'm not your mom. I can't stop you. You do what you want to do, my man. You enjoy your evening however you like. Oh, Sabo. Yo, hold on. Oh, we're gonna cut KSK. Okay, hold on. So with KSK, we actually got 5. Okay, so he is in a shuffle, right? Yeah. Remove. Let me see if I can get Sabo in. Yo, duels? Got a spot. Hold on a second. If Sabo is in, we got a spot though. Took it? Go for it, my guy. You do what you wanna do. I'll see if my boy Sabo hits me back up. So we got Sham or Sabo. One of those two, dude. If I can get one of those shamans, that'll be great. And they don't have a paladin to play up against, so that'll be extra excellent. I feel like that is the one class that usually is out hard counter for many other classes out there. But yeah. So let's see if he is down. Otherwise, I need to see who else I can. It's just like trying to ninja invite Sabo, which I appreciate completely. Curdy, so what are you doing? Okay, you're back at Shadow. Good. Sabo just took the invite, dude. He didn't whisper me back. He just took that invite. He just took that easy. Alrighty, I'm gonna make Rick lead, and we should be good to go. Tater match. Rick Meister, and I need Jayhawk Wizard. That should do it, right? Hopefully. Who's offline? Which one of you is offline? No, Rick is on. Did I get the name wrong? Rick, my ZTER, and J. What was Jayhawk Wizard? Jayhawk Wizard. Is it 2 Z's? Is it 1 Z? Is that what I'm missing? Oh, Young J. That's what I need. Okay. For some reason, I'm being it showed up as Jayhawk Wizard. Young J. Beautiful. Now we're in. Now we're in. What's up, Sai? How you doing, my man? What do you do, my guy? Who's also Gary Moggs? Yo, me. I got him, except for the mythic one, because that's not available until Insurance is out. But I got them all. Was it good? Yo, what's up, my man? Are you joining tonight? How you doing, bud? Hope you're having a good... How you enjoying Remix, man? How you enjoying them remixen? We got all the sets, I'm assuming. Я буквально одну две игры пойду мыться спать. Хорошо, Saba. Sounds good. Хорошо, друг. Хорошо. Saba is only here for like 1 or 2 games, and he's gonna hit the hay. So Saba is not gonna be here with us the entire time. So we'll have a spot open after a handful of games, but hopefully somebody else will log in by then. Which available? I got it. It is available? Hell yeah, dude. Wait, what? The Light Force set? Wait, how would you get the Light Force set? Because you need Nighthold Mythic. The Light Force. You need Nighthold Mythic, which isn't open. TOV Mythic. And then you need... and Taurus Mythic, don't you? Yeah, there's the last one. That one needs all Mythics. That's what's confused. Is Rick doing the cheese? Bro, Rick even got a little dude over there. What is this guy? This little pirate back there, dude. Who is that man's? Who... It looks like a... Why is he so short? He's smaller than you. It looks like a random child abandoned by his mom accidentally at a mall, dude. Like a shop mall somewhere. Vaz just getting absolutely shredded. So much fell hit in his direction. Landing a stone onto Rick. Finally able to connect. Landing a quick fear. Does end up connecting with the Sigil Spite. That's going to give him a lot of healing. Look at you catch up to Rick. Rick backing up out of there. Does shatter his soul out of his body. It is going to reduce some of the damage and healing that the man can do. Fear is short, but it's actually super DR'd. So Vaz actually, I don't think he has any CC that can hit him. Unless maybe a stump potentially could. Rick trying to see if he can get a knockback. And again, does land the axe toss. Is not going to be enough damage. Trying to see if he can come back and big blow up. But Rick does come out of this one hurting a lot. Actually under a lot of pain. With Cliff Evo is going to be Cliff Evo. Cliff, I'm messing up his name. Is going to be up next. Big deep breath. I think he's got Rick exactly where he wants him. Knocking him up in the air. Got him some plenty of mobility. Fear out for Rick. Does not have a trinket. Rick does have this getting attacked by those extra evokers though. Look at those. The Bombardier evokers. They're trying to follow Cliff around, trying to do some damage. They're not really super reliable, but they're starting to do some stuff. Cliff with a bit of a defensive. Playing an Augmentation Evoker, it is a bit of a weird one because you have a little bit of this, like, you have some of the best bursts in the game, but you are a support class. Although in 1v1, the amount of self-heal you do have for yourself and some survivability tools and defensive tools, it actually is kind of okay. It actually works out pretty good. Rick hits him with a quick AoE fear, but he's not in an amazing spot unless he changes more CC, which he's attempting to do right now, while recovering a little bit of health. He's actually doing kind of okay. Axe tosses Cliff, does go behind the pillar, and he's trying to wait him out really quickly here. Does end up picking up a lot of healing. Cliff, Evokers used to have a lot of healing benefits. I don't even know if you guys still have access to a couple like heal only or healer only hero talents. It's one where you throw out like an evoker projection that would give you a big heal and dispel all effects too. Almost like a mass dispel. Wait, I was gonna save for a second. Axe toss before Cliff can even get over there. Rick is gonna summon up a couple of pets. He won't have the axe toss to stop Cliff halfway through. Maybe he can go in for an AoE fear. He might just have to. Deep breath is out. It's going to get the knock up. The stun comes through. Eruptions come out. It's going to be a quick fear. Cliff still has a lot of potential damage. He still has tipped the scale, so he can potentially do a ton of damage with a fire breath. Does go for immunity for a quick second. It's going to go for a big deep breath with a fire breath right after. He does get himself CC increase. Oppressive roar shout thing onto Rick, but I don't think he has any CC to follow up. Knocking the pets back around. Got himself a bit of living flames. Unfortunately, his evoker squadron is not really getting aggressive with Rick. Does get locked out on axe toss with a couple of bolts. Unfortunately taken out. That is not an easy matchup for the evoker. He had Rick super low at some point, but as soon as the warlock can like get away from you and go for the CC, it's really difficult to continue going there. Gouge onto Rick, does end up going for a tricky kidney shot out for Nasmushka. As it lands what looks like a full stun onto Rick. Cheap shot to follow up with the Cloak of Shadows right after. Trying to see if he can continue the pressure. Rick no longer has a wall, no trinket available. He does go for an axe toss onto Nasmushka. Best he can do is pop a slow on him. Vanish, however, is going to clear him. Big gateway, expecting for the rogue to chase him behind the pillar as he's looking to get himself more pets. The dots, however, are keeping Nasmushka out. It goes for yet another advantage. So for Rick, he's actually watching the rogue run out of vanishes. Can he go for the AoE fear? Unless it's going to be lights right here. It looks like it is lights. He did have a Chaos Mother. Chaos Mother popping out there for a second. Kashe is going to be up next, though, landing the grenades onto Nesmershka, not letting him catch a reset. Cheap shot immediately for Nesmershka, though, trying to see if he can get a huge turnaround onto Kashe, and he might be able to do so. Stun, trades it with a disarm. The Hunter does not need access to the weapon. Binding shot onto the rogue, trying to make it difficult for him to flee. But Nesmershka does catch himself behind the pillar. The pet is on him, is going to pull the pet back for a second. Kashe still has a trinket, still has wall acceleration no longer available. Warlike Hellstone is still available in the back in case they ever need it. So for Kashe, he's in an okay spot right now. He has an answer to whatever Nesmershka throws at him. Can the shot, can possibly trinket it. Does choose to trinket with a scatter shot. Goes in for a coordinated assault. There's going to be yet another stun on Nesmershka, who is, I think, not in a great spot. Trying to go for a melt. Is not going to be able to get himself a clean reset. Smoke bomb for a second. Kashe charging in there with the Fury of the Eagle. Does not quite reach the rogue. The grenade, though, does make it. And is going to get himself one last Raptor Striker on the corner. Taking him out with Young Jay going to be up next. As a Frosty. Magus. You know, I don't see a lot of Magus running with this set. I think it looks so good. The fiery version of the what's it called? The anniversary set. It looks great. Kashe does get himself grenades from a distance onto Young with a binding shot. Feign death for a second. He needs to be very careful because the mage does a lot of crits, man. A lot of shatters, lots of crits. Kashe behind the pillar. Young Jay just needs to get himself a good blink. That or a blizzard around the corner. He's going to get silenced here in a second. He sees a little bit more damage. Kashe got himself a turtle shell. Being a sentinel, however, you don't really have a lot of healing. Maybe some damage healing shielding components, but like not a lot. Drink it out for Young Jay just so you can land the kill there, but it's going to be Sabo up next. The Shaman, dude, the enhancement, Shamancement. It's got Young to get through and Bird to get through, so there's only two. Stun into Young does force a block at him fairly early here. That's a lot of procs of Wind Fury pretty quickly. Brett does not connect, unfortunately. Sabo, watching the mage blink past him, does send a couple of Voltaic blasts at the guy. Voltaic blazes, continuing to send out as many lightning bolts as he can with a Maelstrom. Polymorph, and Young is just backing up out of there completely. Wants to throw some slows into Sabo, make it hard for him to reach. He is going to go for the leap. The slows, however, are going to be hampering him a little bit. Ghost Wolf is able to fight past the slow, at least prevent a lot of the slow to completely incapacitate him or cripple his movement. I think it's what, like 70% movement speed, if not 100% movement speed minimum while Ghost Wolf is active, so you can't really be slow, but like beyond a certain point, I think, right? Is it 100 or is it like 70%? I don't remember. I think it should be one then the other, right? Maybe I'm getting it wrong. As it's going to be Young, trying to see if he can land a stun. Sabo, however, with a knockback, does disrupt the mage's whole shatter combo. And he just needs to get himself around the corner, trying to see if he can position the totem. Stun totem does not connect. Young got himself the procs, but I think Sabo, as long as he's got the Maelstrom, he should be okay. Brett Polly, Young is just trying to see if he can get himself another setup. Spike, Meteor, gonna be Sabo with a massive bulwark, absorbing a lot of that damage. However, Explosive is gonna still do a lot of damage. Frostbomb hurts a lot. Sabo does get interrupted underground for a moment. Young just trying to see if he can take him out right here. Block. As Sabo goes in what looks like full ascend, if not a proc ascend. I think it's actually full proper ascend. Is going to be able to get himself some healing. Try to see if he can land maybe a totem onto Young. The Wind Strike does connect invis for Young, but I'm pretty sure Flame Shock should get him out in the open, should expose him. No Flame Shock, not exposed. Not out of stealth. It's got full reset. Breath of the Sabo. Sabo unfortunately picked up all the healing in the world. Young, the best you can do is try to see if you can lock him down with a full combo. Backing away to make sure that no thunderstorm is going to disrupt him. Lightning bolt almost eviscerates Young right there. And I don't really know what Young can do in this situation, honestly. I really do not know what you can do in this situation. This is rough. He's still trying to live it. He's still alive. He has trinkets, so if anything, you can't get out of CC. Problem is with Sabo, I don't think he even needs crowd control. Just to get right next to you. The breath with a poly, however, is going to disrupt him. Every single time he tries to get some kind of a go, the mage is out. He's out there immediately. Ring of Frost, probably going to sit down, get food. Sabo can go for recovery, but dampening, however, is getting a little high. He ideally wants to take out Young and maybe have some cooldowns ready for Bird as well to follow. Try to go for a kick on the Young. Lightning bolts are available. We'll take Blaze to follow up. He sees a little bit of range damage. Young is not safe. If there's any line of sight of him and Sabo, Young is not safe. He's got shields. Not the Giga shields that last for 5 seconds. He got the normal shields. He's trying to just keep himself alive here, but I think the Ghost Souls and the Root Totem, that whole Primordial, yeah, just trinkets it just to take him out, with Bird being last and left over for the team too. Maybe Bird brings it back, but Sabo immediately hits him with a big Tempest from a mile away. Does get hit with a stun, knocking it back, is able to reposition behind Sabo. Full cleave available. Sabo dropping down a stun totem. Bird does not shrink it out of this one. And Sabo backing up out of that does land a hex since he was juked out on a kick. So for Bird, he's just waiting it out. Ascendance is available for Sabo. Does go for a stun. You are now DR from ONYXIA, maybe like Sigil of Fear. But Sigil of Fear is barely going to do anything for you. Does get a root onto Bird during the hunt. Massive damage. Bird got himself immunity. Is able to escape Sabo, who did have himself a wall here. I don't know if you just catch up to the guy. Maybe you have a Tempest ready to go. Like a Tempest Grid, I think, could potentially descend this, right? Possible. Oh, it did! It actually did! It actually did. I just said, like, is it possible? It is possible. I was asking a question, not making a statement. That's why I was surprised. That was so good. Are you getting a +1 again? Alrighty, get you guys a +1 here. What are we missing? Is it my boy Sabo? Oh yeah, Sabo did have to go. He said 1 or 2, to be fair. So, yeah. Back in the search, boys. We're back and searching. If you guys want to join us, I'll have the duel group listed up in LFG. Back in LFG, baby. Cloak. Are you still around? You want to join back in? Let me know. And I need to save it. It's 50? Oh, 50. Dude, I wish I should have reset the counter for the audio, for the duels audio. I really do need to reset it back down to 1. It's getting a little high, dude. I need to give it a number squish. Just a quick one. Jumping on this class. Sabo is really good at what he does. Sabo is very, very good at what he does. So we'll need a +1. Wait, I actually think Sabo is on team Rick, so it's somebody else that left. Is it Shaboshi? Is Shaboshi in the team? I think he's on the other team. Try to keep up with who do I have, who do I not have. I find it difficult. But the group is up if you guys want to join us. Sure, here. Let me get you in here. Here you go, bud. Here we go, bud. You want more? Damn it. Okay, so we need 1 more for both teams. Okay, so I'm gonna make Young Jay lead. Inv. There it is. Yeah, so Shabo is in for 1 more. Yeah, pass me lead. I'll try to see if I can get her all situated and all that. I forget that he's not on stream right now. Look, you're finding alpha beta to try HPAL. Really wanting alpha or beta? What did they do to HPAL? Is that anything good? I know they basically are simplifying a bunch of healers in the game, but I'm like not 100% on what they're doing. Absorbs, a lot of absorbs. Okay, I'll need to look more into it. I think out of all the healers, I think the only one that I've really taken a closer look at, I think it was Preservation, because it was that one time we were just talking about Prez, and then you said something about like how you won't be able to life bind everybody, and I think I looked into it. Shotgun didn't look good. Good, that's awesome. Especially if they make him like super damage heavy, super aggro, I think that'll be even better. Let's see if MMO wants to join some duels. Haven't seen that man in these in a second. Does Rowan join duels? I don't remember. See if SKXR wants to join too. And then Gossig. Wait, Gossigree? Hold on. Gossigrin. Oh, Gossigree on a Shadow Priest? I'm interested. I'm interested. Alright, well that's perfect then. Alrighty, so I'm gonna get you guys back in here. I'm gonna do like I'm gonna do Toveron. I'm gonna do a good map for like range classes. 30 seconds of melee wings. What? You're a glorified rat? Wait, that actually sounds exciting. Is it good though, or is it gonna be like crap? Because look, sometimes wings have been like bugged, but they're really, really bad. Like melee wings. I've always liked melee wings personally. I always thought it was really cool to be like a melee healer paladin and just like, all right, everybody's dying, hit harder, and everybody's getting healed. I loved that with Monk when you pop your Chi G and you start hammering damage and everybody's getting healed. Always loved that. I always like that because like as a DPS class, my brain is like, oh, everybody is dying, pop a cooldown, do damage. It made sense in my brain. Same melee wings, 2 seconds shorter usage, but 30-second cooldown. Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe it'll be good. Do you pair melee wings with the Lightsmith, or what do you do with that? Switch. I guess you would do it because you don't do Herald with that, do you? Also, is Castanet ever gonna be good again? Maybe one day. Got us all Shaboshi. Gonna be first and up and running. I really like the way these horses move, man. I really like the frontal charge they have. It's almost like they're running with a full chest out. I don't really know how else to explain it, but I like the way that these mounts move, man. He's first one up. I think we're still trying to figure out who's gonna be first over for this team. Light Shatter first up. I like that blue. I like the blue. The blue. As well as like OG Crusader looking thing. Mishmash of a set. I don't hate it though, unfortunately. I don't actually hate it. Light Shatter got himself a little bit of that Blessing of Saying. He's taking loads of damage though. Shaboshi got himself huge hits. Dawn Lights by Shaboshi. Light Shatter with a lay on hands, trying to see if he can play the big hammer build. The Paladin's just getting one another hammered. I don't even know if that blind work. Shaboshi may be looking for a bubble himself, actually. Does go for the bubble. Light Shatter knows he's behind on the bubble. Haven't you used this first? In a Paladin versus Paladin duel, it's a chess match. Who uses cooldowns first usually is the one that loses. Not always, but in a lot of the cases. So for Light Shatter, he really needs to find a moment where he can get himself Blessing of Spell Warden. I don't even know if he'll have it. Oh my! Shaboshi just walked in there. I didn't realize that stun is all it took, man. I did not realize that one stun is all it took. Big hunt with an I-beam right after as Vasi. I do have a chat popping up on the bottom left. You guys can't see it on stream, but in YouTube you're gonna be able to see it. Unfortunately, I don't know how to like remove it though. I got a couple of whispers and pop the little square over there. Vasi does get himself an immunity though. Shaboshi still no Blessing of Protection anymore. No Blessing of Spell Warden. Massive cleave. Stuns it. But it's going to be big Shield of Vengeance. Backing up out of there. Trying to see if he can pop the shield. To stay at a distance. He's going to need to get in. No, he's not going to get in there. He's just going to rain down from above. Oh! Wait, he's almost died. Shaboshi survived with like 2 health. What is that? What is that? I have no clue how the glare didn't get in there. I have no clue either. I have no clue, but Shaboshi does pick up 2. And he's left with nothing. Is Bird giving him that honorable match? I don't know if you can let him, man. It's a Paladino. If you let him out, they're going to slip past you. Bubble coming back up. Laying hands potentially available again. I don't know if it is. It might be, actually. Might be. Started to Bird. Got himself a big wake of ashes. Searing glare to fall up. So that's stunned into a blind. Bird cannot respond for a while. For Shaboshi, that is the best place to be in, man. That is the best place to be in. I feel like I need to give this man Shaboshi. I need to give his name like a nickname or something, man. But like, I just don't know what kind of a nickname would work, man. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like, do I shorten to be like Shabo? Because it sounds like Sabo, but I'm saying it like almost Sabo, but saying it like a baby. Big Ivan to follow up a Bird, and Sabo is going to be up next. The whole team too is going to have to use everything they can to stop this Shaman. It's going to be able to take out Bird here really, really quickly. Pally left that Demon Hunter with not a lot of health. Take him out. Borshki, Borshki. Maybe that could be his name too. It's S-H-A-B-O-S-H-I, Shaboshi. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. Nasmurska disarming Sabo does himself the big old wall. Got himself a couple of procs. Stun totem onto Nasmurska. And he's actually backing up away from the Rogue. And the Rogue is going to go for the blind. The Earth Elemental is not going to let him get an easy reset. So that's going to be a Bird vanish right there. Sabo no longer has a trinket, so he needs to be very, very careful with these Rogues. Eyes are available behind him. However, Smoshka is also behind him, chilling there in between the eyes. It's going to knock the rogue back. Shadow Step immediately available. Is going to be able to get himself a second chain of a stun. Third stun right after. Sabo does dive on the ground. He knows he needs to get a CC out of the rogue or something, and then potentially go in for huge burst. Bloodlust together with Doom Winds, maybe with Ascendance, and that could potentially just be enough. The rogue does not have a stun available for a while, so Sabo's actually going to take advantage of it, try to see if he can force the rogue into the stealth. I don't know if there was like a real ascent or like a proc one. Looks like a real ascend. Looks like there was a real ascend. Rogue landing that sap though? Looks like someone kept him out of stealth. Is going to go for a gouge on Sabo. Does have a knockback for him. Sabo's going to need something for this rogue. The knockback already got used. Dropping down a stun totem. The Smoshka potentially just a trinket at Sabo, given an opportunity to at least give himself a bit of maelstrom. Not really going super hard on the Smoshka. Most looking for recovery. Disarm. Sabo unfortunately is a shaman with a lot of maelstrom generation. Try to see if he can leap towards the Smoshka. Does get a bit of a DC going there in between. That is unfortunate. Try to see if he can catch up to the rogue. Ghost for some reason decided to stop chasing. Or at least one Ghost will stop chasing. I'm not really sure what that was all about. Sabo does drop down a totem. I think potentially trying to get a root totem. Maybe roots a Smoshka. Does root him before the rogue can get him into combat. Smoke bomb. Sabo can potentially still make some work off of this. It is going to be able to resap. Unfortunately, the rogue kind of lets Sabo walk in close. Has a trinket available for this stun lock. That is a Shadow Blades. It's going to be able to knock the rogue back. Does catch himself with a Shadow Step. Big damage. Sabo does give him some maelstrom in order to land big heals, able to survive and stand toe to toe with the rogue's burst damage. He needs still a lot more maelstrom, not getting the crits on maelstrom heals, unfortunately. Does continue to get himself lightning bolts though. Every lightning bolt becomes a heal right after, so it ends up being a really good combo. Got himself a bit of that heal with the totem, a little bit of that healing surge as well. Stab cheap shot by the rogue. Stun totem, however, is going to disrupt the rogue. Second stun totem is going to hit him. And it's going to be big tempest from afar. That's Smoshka with the Cloak of Shadows. Sabo leaping away for a second. Leaping back to the rogue. Is trying to see if he can juke past him. Is going to go for a hex. That hex is actually pretty good. Try to see if he can keep the rogue in combat with the root totem around the pillar. Sabo keeping the rogue in play. Mad tempest. And Smoshka does dive into stealth. However, I think he's still dotted. That was a massive heal by that rogue's vanish, by the way. Heal, vanish with the sippy cup. Give you a huge recovery. Sabo is still... I was gonna say for a second, he's looking one direction. I think he's doing. I think he would think that the rogue is near this pillar, but Smoshka actually ran away to the other side. He's on the furthest part out. You do have the eyes available on the other side, so he potentially could rush over there. Is gonna get the shamans or the wolves in here. Potentially, if you can get a CC onto the rogue, he's right behind the pillar. You kind of gotta play this guessing game and have your head on the swivel. Literally, all you can do is keep your head on the swivel. Does he know? I think he knows. I think he knows. He does. He just gotta find a way to get into combat before the rogue can tap him. Does get into combat. Lightning bolts flying. Gouge for a second. Flagellation full burst is available. Sabo does not have a trinket for this one. Does have a burrow in case he needs it. Cheap shot to follow up. Does he burrow? He may just need to. Bulwark, that may not be enough. Try to see if he can send some lightning bolts in. Try to see if he can pop some burst. Does he have a heal? He needs a heal right now. Oh, the Smoshka does take him out. It was so close. The Smoshka hung in there, though, to the bitter end. That is exactly what he needed. For the Smoshka, this is perfect. That was great. Gossagrin is going to be up next. Is this going to be the rogue game? Hold on a second. Is this going to be rogue's game here? This Gossagrin, the Shadow Priest, try to see if he can pick up the eyes. The rogue, unfortunately, is nowhere nearby, licking his wounds behind the pillar until Cloak of Shadows and other things are coming back up little by little. Landing that sap, the Shadow Step, roam around the corner, immediate sap behind the caster. Try to see if you can get him out of there as quickly as you can. Good duel there, GG. That was a fantastic duel. That rogue versus shaman, I honestly thought Sabo had it, although that is a rogue. So rogues, I think, always have an upper hand over shaman. That was a really close match. Could have went either way. I think the happening of 41% plus rogue's wound poison probably slowed down Sabo's healing tremendously by the end of there. Pretty sure that's what happened. Eventually, you do run out of heals, and the rogues continue to keep on playing. They don't need no heal. Somehow, rogue only has like a sippy cup that heals you for like nothing, and still just continues to live, which is crazy what rogues get away with, man. I feel like rogues get away with more like close calls than any other class in the game. As a rogue player, that's how I feel bad. Shadow Blades out for the Smoshka, just get hit with the fear. Stun to follow. There's going to be Gossagri playing the Archon, so he needs to get himself those casts in. Going to be huge channel into the Smurshka. Does get himself playing Insanities. The Smurshka super low. Big DP. Trying to go for advantage. Gossagri with a heal. The Rogue is nowhere nearby. He wants to Shadow Strike. Instead, going to go for a blind. It's going to be Archon, Halo still pulsating out of him. Is it going to be enough? The Gossagri needs something here right now, but I don't know if they have it. Disperse last second, does pick it up, standing next to the Smurshka. Cloak of Shadows, can't really stop him for a second. Fade for a moment, and the Rogue takes him out really quickly. Just a quick eviscerate. Taking him out. That is a lot, man. Curdy. Hello. I like the little wave he did. First aid out for the Smurshka. He's trying to patch himself up as quickly as he can. He got to get in there. The earlier the better. He won't have Cloak of Shadows, unfortunately. Won't have a Trinket, so he's not in an amazing spot here, at least right now. So maybe the Smurshka can make some work here. Curdy. I don't know, man. I think a Rogue wins versus Shadow Priest. He doesn't have a lot, so but I still am a little afraid for Curdy. Not gonna lie, like I just don't know if he's gonna be okay or not. Yes, NA duels tomorrow. Definitely NA duels tomorrow, Caneric. Boy, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Curdy getting blasted out with a bunch of cheap shots. Fear onto the Smurshka does not have a way to break out of this. But Curdy's health, look at his health. Is he Archon? If that Halo comes back, he's not an Archon. He's a Void Priest. So he is playing that mobility build. However, the Smurshka keeps chucking in eviscerate after eviscerate. Vanish, giving him just enough of a shield to escape. Along with that health recovery with a sippy cup on top of it. Able to stabilize with a single vanish. That is wild. The amount of recovery this Rogue did with just a one vanish is huge just now. He's going to go for a sap as Curdy still picks up the eye. And the Smurshka, however, is going to back up out of there. He has a trick and Shadow Crash unfortunately connects. He's got first aid, but the dots, however, are going to put him back into combat and unable to really bandage himself up. I think he might just have to wait for a Cloak of Shadows. Sap. Very hard. Kidney. I think he just had to go in there, right? I think he just had to go in there. Disperse out for Curdy. He sees the dampening and he's like, you know what? I will die in the stun. I need to be able to fight the Rogue when I can actually use CC against him. I need to be able to find a way to control the Rogue. That is the trick out on the Smurshka, though. Might have to go for Cloak of Shadows. He definitely needs to wait out until stun DRs are off of Curdy. We'll have to cloak this immediately. That is a lot of damage. Curdy, if you just live long enough, I think that Rift just takes the Rogue out. I think that's what he's banking on. Yeah, that Rift is going to be enough to swallow him whole. With young Jay on the far side, just giving Curdy a proper honor duel opportunity. Curdy is loaded up there. He's got a lot of potential damage. Immediately throwing a Devouring Plague at young Jay. And just trying to see if he can back himself out of there as quickly as he can. Just try to wait out this cooldown as best as possible. For Curdy, I think he actually wins this duel if he plays it super safe. He just needs Rifts from a distance. Silence Rift is going to be a trinket out of young Jay with a kick. Try to see if he can drop a Ming Meteor onto Curdy. Curdy, unfortunately, does not have a Disperse here. Does have a trinket very soon. Maybe Trinket Fear? Does he have anything? He's got a little bit of shielding. Shadow Crash around the corner. That actually does a decent bit of damage. Young Jay is not in a great spot. Curdy with yet another Shadow Crash from afar. Young Jay just might melt behind the pillar. I think Curdy wins this. You do have blocks though. Sitting down for some food. Did Curdy give against the line inside of you and just gets a whole rift of you? Hell, even if he does get the rift of the water elemental, I don't think Young is gonna... If that thing was still up, I don't think Young would have the ability to control it fast enough to like put it away though, right? Curdy trying to see if he can go for a little bit of that feast behind the pillar. All he needs is a big O. He's got silence. Try to see if he can force young Jay from behind the pillar. Maybe just mount up and just rush him, silence into full rift. That could potentially be the play too. Young is gonna have to block so fast. Invis for a second, trying to make sure he got an opener onto Curdy with a Pollard right after. Curdy, however, I don't know if he'll have an answer. He'll have to disperse this, I think. He has to disperse it. It's a lot of damage. Even Frostfire bolts are just going through that disperse so fast. It's gonna go for... You block, so now he can go silence full rift. Unfortunately, he can go silence full rift now. So Curdy's in a good spot. Frozen Orb is going to make it harder for him to approach. Does get rooted from behind the pillar. Young just needs to do whatever damage he can from behind the pillar. Silence on Young. This is where you go for the full rift. Stun as well. It's going to be ultra available. I think if he's still rift, he will be fine. He does not go for a rift. He may need something else here. He doesn't have a stun anymore. He has a Desperate Pair, and that's about all he's got. He does have a Shadow Crash and a bit of damage too. VE as well is available. Vampire Compress used to come out immediately. Does get a VE. Is that going to be enough? The Meteor Commissar, whoa, they took each other out. Curdy doesn't land that one though. You got to give both of them a point for that. Curdy does pick up 2. So does Young though. So does Young. Ooh, I like that. The trade. They're so evenly matched. It was going to go one direction. I like that a lot. Oh, damn. We need like, how many? Okay, we need a couple of bodies. We just need a few, just a few bodies. Is Light in a Black Cold Arena? Solo already? Okay. I'm gonna place it into a Molten Core again. If you guys want to join us, we got the group back up in Molten Core yet again. We'll try to see if we can get Clokey. I'll get you back in after you get that solo done. I'll get you back in. How does that sound? Because I can't queue while you're mid like solo shuffle or while you queue for something. But I'll get you in whatever I can. Yeah. Who's next? It is it Jay? Somebody just whispered me. I'm not sure who. Oh, is it Rick? It is Rick. If one in LFG, I kill myself with one pack. If one in LFG. Oh, looking for one. Okay, same. I'm looking for more. I need a couple of ones. And by that I mean 3. Well, that's gonna toss an invite to, man, for duels. Fame? Classic Andy. Yeah. Yeah. I think I remember Fame, actually. I think I remember him. Didn't it play Rogue? I want to say yes. I want to say yes. Alright. So outside of... Wait. Go Iris? Is Go Harrison in your groups? Because I could get him in this one. The cross kill 2 weeks of running is wild. Yeah, actually, that's happened twice now, huh? Cross kill 2 weeks in a row. Was the first one like a hunter and a rogue or something? I think it was a melee class somewhere, right? I'm pretty sure it was like a rogue landed a eviscerate, but there was already an ability mid-air or something from a hunter. And like shadow step behind him to land the eviscerate, but he still got hit. Or something along those lines. I don't remember at this point. Hey, go. Yo, get Vlad in here. Get my boy in here. We're gonna need 2 more bodies outside of that though. But the group is listening at LFG if you guys want to join us. More than welcome to join us this evening. I'm pretty sure I've asked literally everybody on... Oh wait, no I didn't. Hey, babe, wanna join 5v5 Duels? Battle Lord? I could see if maybe this guy wants to join in. Hey, Battle Lord. I know I have a note for him like PvE guy, but I still am gonna ask anyway. I'm still gonna ask anyway. Cute Uwu Druid. Alright. I feel like that is definitely not MML. I feel like that's not really him. I feel like that's not him. It's like when you know a homie who just has like all his olds named like normal stuff. Normal character names or whatever. Like Guilty of Mind's Memnarch usually just has is like... Usually I think it goes like a variation of Memnarch or Baby Cake. And then he decided to evolve parrot that Mem Uwu. I was like, okay, Doug. What's going on there? What is happening there? Battle Lord. Message back. Maybe next time. Sounds good, my man. Oh, my man. All G. Okay, so I'm waiting for him. Cham? Potentially? But yeah, we'll see. I could potentially wait in for Sham, but otherwise we will what am I trying to say? See. Maybe. I didn't realize Remix would be keeping so many of you boys like busy. I thought honestly, like I thought, okay, week 1 makes sense. That's why I didn't even do a Remix stream on in NA, because I knew everybody would be playing Remix anyway. And I thought this week it would be like, okay, everybody got to be like 740 with like best of slot stuff and like a ton of versatility on the characters at this point, right? Like today would be a pretty good day. I was wrong, man. I think it's probably really good that Remix got this many of you guys playing. I think it's awesome. But I definitely miscalculated. I think I picked with Orphan and Glue Sticks. I think Glue Sticks is a fantastic name. Glue Sticks is a really good one. Orphan's pretty good. I still think Who Killed Bo. Just because of the meme of Shadowlands, that was Shadowlands, Who Killed Bo is hilarious. But yeah, Glue Sticks is pretty good. Remix is fun break from the norm. Yeah, I guess I didn't think there would be like, it would have that like tight of a grip on people. And I think it's actually probably really good. The fact that people are actually giving it a solid shot compared to like Mop Remix, where I felt like a lot of people looked at it and were like, I'm not going to give it a go. I'm not even going to give it a chance. Which was, you missed out if you didn't. You really did. Like, it was a really cool event, and a ton of cosmetics that you earned. I mean, there was like no reason not to play. Especially since so many people had groups that would just like carry people. Like, even if you're someone who didn't want to grind all your bronze, to make your most overpowered character and grind your cloak forever and ever, right? Even if you don't want to do that, like, you will still be able to do a ton anyway. Yeah, Hook killed Woe, Nickel Vi, Precious Ones. Yeah. Yeah, Hook killed Woe. I think Hook killed... Was Vi the bad one? I think it's funny with Woe, because I'm pretty sure Woe was actually good, wasn't he? Or was it... I know that they made him old pretty good, but there was one that gave you cooldown reduction, and then the stealth one ended up being really, really good for skips too. But yeah, those were just exceptionally funny, because you would just be in a group and you'd have a guy in there who killed Woe. It's like, it's gonna be funny for that one season, but afterwards nobody's gonna know what the hell that name means. Was a CD. Oh, Vi was a damage one. Woe was a stealth one. Whoa, he killed Woe. They did make Woe better then, yeah. I remember Woe being like pretty useless for a good bit. It reminded me. If Ping System was out on SL, funny shit would have happened. Yo, imagine if the Ping System was a thing in SL. Probably would have been good actually for the game, because a lot of people PvP back in SL, because that's how you got a lot of your PvE gear. I think the ping system would have been amazing for the BG Blitz that we had back then. Or RBGs, I guess. People did RBGs instead of BG Blitz. Pretty sure BG Blitz didn't become a thing until like Dragonflight, if not War Within. Or something. But yeah. Yeah. Definitely a name of its time. A product of its time. For sure, for sure. Alright, who else can I invite? If there's anybody at all. I think chat, we'll give it a solid shot. I'll keep scouring through my BNet. But it might end up being a short EU stream. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm not gonna lie. Legion Remix has literally everybody in a death grip and not letting go. Which is really good to see. You know, duels I haven't taken a bit of a breather. But NA, it looks like I got a lot of messages from like NA homies asking if we could be doing duels tomorrow. So possibly NA will come in and will carry the show, potentially. But on EU, yeah, might just have to wait until like what, next week? And next week is actually going to be Nighthold? So I don't even know if things are going to get better or worse for the duel scene at that point. Running RBGs week 1 with a 2200 gear plus casting all 3. Yeah, getting that dagger early on, or weapon I guess in general, early on from the vault slot, because PvP had vault slots too. I guess is it only vault slots that you could get that? I think so, right? Next week Nighthold, yeah. But I'm pretty sure by then everybody's already farmed up all their 740 gear. And it's just farming like infinite power at that point. Right? Potentially. Because eventually I'm assuming like the slowdown of Legion Remix is probably going to happen, right? People are going to buy all their... Because you're probably banking, like if you're like me, you already bought everything you can with bronze and you're banking like 200,000 bronze at this point. Maybe more. And you probably have enough to just buy everything as soon as the next phase unlocks and you're back to banking. Like you're not even trying to bank. I'm not even trying to like farm up. I just have like a metric ton. Just waiting, ready. Holy Paladin Druid 2k. Yeah. Was it 2k? I think it was 2400 that you needed like really, really big. 1 mil bronze banked is rough. Yeah, it's a lot of bronze. That's a ton. That's all I need is just a bunch. Still missing people? Yes, for the time being. We need 2 more bodies on one of the teams. The other team with Rick, I think they got 5. But yeah, we got spots. Definitely got spots boundless. Definitely got spots. Was just talking about how Mop remixes everybody in a death grip. It's a little hard to... Also, Johnny not being here also does make it a little bit more difficult. Johnny's usually a wizard at getting groups together. I think he just goes through his like entire BNet list and gets everybody that he has on there. So he can make a group pretty easily, and then we make a group on RN with whoever else. Usually Rick leads it, or like Jayhawk leads it or something. But yeah, we got spots. But if let's say we're just not getting bodies, we might just have to have an early stream, which works for me because I gotta get video work stuff done anyway. That actually would work out okay for me, honestly. Like I don't know. I just don't feel like we should force duels or anything. You know what I mean? I definitely want to do them, but I just... Because the alternative would be just us sitting here for like an hour trying to see if we can get a group together. And that just doesn't seem like that fun, you know what I mean? At that point, like, maybe just call it early. I'll go get food, we chill, I'll go play Remix, you know what I mean? That sounds like fun. I'll go do my farm in my secret spot. Jake, I should probably DM you what the secret spot is so you can have fun with it before they, because they're probably gonna nerf it. They're probably gonna nerf it, but it's pretty effective. It's really good. I'll be joining some remotely geared. Yeah, more than welcome to. More than welcome to. I'm just trying to see if we can fill the groups. Try to see if we can get a fill. If I get like Shamtart, Sleepy Bear hitting me up, that could work too. Because I got Vlad in, I need 2 more bodies. Well, let's have a properly DPS and PvPos convoke druid. Yeah, and at that point, like, would you even call it properly DPS? Because you know what I mean? Properly DPS. You press convoke. You know what I mean? The game played for you. It is so funny. Yeah, you would have a sub-rogue and a boom could just take it, objectives, man. It's crazy. Loki, let me get you in. Where you are? Are you still Black Rock Hold Arena? Okay. Gotcha. Then we'll still need Onomas. And then I don't know how many Rick has. How many you message him. Message the wrong guy. Ready? Oh, Rick is ready. Beautiful. Hell yeah. So Boundless, if you want to join, I got a spot still. Still have a spot. We'll try for a bit. Set up for Rick's group, never mind. Ah, okay. So I'm still in that. Okay. Shirkira, beautiful. Literally saving the stream. Shirkira, the hero. Literally popping out of the blue, out of left field. All right, let's throw you guys into a, I don't know, hook point. I like hook point as an arena. I don't know how many we got. I'm just gonna go through my favorites. We're just gonna go and do my favorite arenas first. Hook point, Black Rock Hold, Blades Edge. Literally toss you guys into arenas that everybody hates, but I love. So we'll get them in there. Come on. Oh, gee, friend. Yeah, you're good, my guy. Babe Rock? Babe Stork? Okay, I'll need to... What am I doing here? Beautiful. Got it. Shakira's me, by the way. Wait. So you... Oh, Elo joined the team 1. Okay, works out. Works out. I was gonna say for a second, like, wait, are you... I thought we were gonna have one group with 4. We still do have one group with 4. It's not Rick. There we go. Go Airs. Beautiful. Alright, Sewers? You would think Sewers would be my favorite arena because it's like Dalaran Sewers. You would think it would go because I go by Dal. But no, it's actually Hook Point, Blackrock Hold, and Blade's Edge. Anything that's like dark and like musty. I guess I don't really know how to describe the driftwood. But like the ocean sea breeze, I'm sure it makes the planks a little musty. Or something. I'm probably thinking of a better word. I just can't. I probably have a much better word in mind that I want to use. I just can't think of anything. What is your Mog by the way, Elo? What is that setup? It's gonna be stone by Goers. Full burst onto Elo. What is this, Elo? Shifting into the nether itself. Wait. Get yourself like a... I like your Mog actually. Actually, I like your Mog. Stone into Goers. Elo is gonna need to use everything they can to live. As many souls ripped out of the body of Goers in order to keep yourself afloat here. You are not in a great spot. Darkness barely keeping you alive. Does go for a meta. Big item to follow with the fear right after. Does go for a trinket. Goers looking for a big heal. Elo does have a kick. Could potentially interrupt. It's going to be possibly trying to go for a kick onto a shadow. If you can do it. Shadow kick. Oh, it doesn't matter. Goers just chains you down. And just drains you dry. That is so rough. As a Shadow Priest. And Goers, I'm pretty sure is an Archon too. So every time he uses a channel, that is a lot. What's up, y'all? Thanks for streaming this channel. How you doing? Thanks for watching. Appreciate ya. Fear. I was thinking both of them feared each other. That would have been so good. Imagine both priests just go around the corner and just get afraid, but just seeing one another. That'd be the funniest thing ever. Ripped out for Curdy. Just try to see if he can keep the pressure on Goers. Just go for the stun. He's kind of running all over the place. Mad burst off Goers though. Putting Curdy on the back line though. Hold on. Curdy's on the back foot. May go down. Goers needs someone to lift this. Is going to go for disperse. Curdy still has access to his disperse. VE is keeping him sustained here. Is going to go for a couple of channels. Goers behind the pillar. Just trying to see if he can back up out of there for a second. Flash heals out of both of the priests and Curdy. He's feeling pretty adventurous. He's feeling like he's going to rush over there. Fade for a second. So Goers trying to see if he can dodge an CC by Curdy. I don't know if Curdy had any CC available. It's going to be a second fear with a full rift. Does have a rift back into Goers. Curdy at this point got to have some kind of CC, right? Goers with a VE and does prepare. Does go for a trinket. Gets feared for a second. Fade out for Curdy. Trying to see if he can channel into him. Isn't going to be enough though. VE barely keeping him alive. Got himself a fade for just a second. Next silence could potentially be the winner. Got him some Dark Ascension. Does he have it? Silence on a Curdy. Got himself a Halo to go. So potentially big damage. Has a fear ready. So he needs to close that gap. Curdy does not have a way to break out of a fear. Goers is going to go behind the pillar though. Curdy needs to be very, very careful. Curdy needs that range. Mind games, Goers is not going to be able to heal himself easily. He's got to wait this out. He just has to heal. Oh, I don't know if he can. Oh, I don't know if he can. Oh, no. Sitting down for mage food. That's actually maybe is the play. Curdy's forced to rush in there. He's got Dark Ascension. Full burst available. Goers is a fear. Can't put Fear right around the corner. But Goers has an opportunity to potentially make some kind of a play. That'll play super defensively. Silence. He's back behind the pillar before Curdy can go for a full rift. Stalled onto Curdy. Goers with a Void Torrent. Isn't going to be enough. Fade out of Curdy with an Aegis Brock. Got him some Shadow Rift with a Void Torrent. Flame Sanity. Some of our Scorching right through him. Goers has the Disperse. Doesn't need to use it. May just have to. Does get him some Just Repair. There goes Disperse. Curdy, however, will not be able to chase after him. Goers picking up a lot of healing with the Disperse. Dude, the Shadow v Shadow duels are actually so intense. Goers recovered his entire health bar. How? One Disperse let you get a full heal like this? Is that serious? Curdy just trying to barely stay alive here. It's going to be a full rip. The Goers with a volley just cascading. Sabo is in for one more round. He's got one more in him. He's back in here for one more. Fade out for Goers. That's a whiff here. He's going to have to go for a few immediate trick out for Sabo. Trying to see if he can keep chase on the Goers. Goers got plenty of mobility. At least enough mobility to stay away from Sabo. But looks like he might have got him locked in. Yeah, one more strong trick is all he needed. And it's going to be in this match next. It is a Rogue up next, Sabo. Last time, you versus Rogue. The Rogue did win that, but that's an opportunity for Sabo to bring back the victory back home. especially with the Shadow Blades, everything available. Cheap shot onto Saba does go for a totem to try to see if you can root out Zberska. Shadow Blades are still active. Disarm onto Saba for a second. Does hell have Maelstrom, however. Big ascent. Try to see if you can make a big play here. Zberska with a blind. No more trinket out for Saba. As he did end up burning a trinket for the fear, I'm pretty sure, right? Oh wait, there's another kill? Yeah, imagine, dude, though. Imagine. The Shadow Priest is strong, man. I really like that Priest versus Priest duel. The Archon versus Void Rift or Void Weaver is really fun to watch. Saba is not in a great spot. He's gonna have to go for whatever Maelstrom he can generate in order to get heals. That stun totem is gonna help him out a ton. He is gonna have to go for as much self-healing as possible. Try to go for Sunder, does not catch the rogue, unfortunately. Do you have an answer? He does have a burrow, but the rogue potentially might have enough damage here. Wait, rooted him in combat. Rogue can still stun you. Does give an opportunity to at least pick up one heal. Knocking the rogue back as he's trying to see if he can stabilize. Burrows under. Could knock the rogue up for a second. Is going to be gouged for a moment. Saba disarmed for a second. Needs to stay on top of the rogue. He knows he doesn't want to stay next to the melee of the rogue, but needs to make sure the rogue doesn't get to sit behind the pillar. Ghost tools are in play too. So those are going to keep the rogue in combat. And while you cannot stun with the DRs on, Saba does get hit with a kidney. Pretty sure it is a full kidney, actually. Zberska try to keep the pressure rolling with a cheap shot to follow. Secret technique. Sunder for a second by Saba. Is going to be tricked out of the rogue with a cloak of shadows to follow up. Saba try to see if he can land a lockdown onto the rogue. Knocking him back quite a way, actually. The rogue steps back in. Is going to get himself unbreakable, unkickable casts. Should give him at least a little bit of healing. Eyes available behind you, by the way, if you need it. No more trinket available for Saba, unfortunately. Zberska, does he have enough here? Saba is so critical low. Saba needs one more heal. This up for a second. One more heal. And one more surge. He needs something. He turned it around. He believed in the Tempest. The gods smile upon you, Saba. And Light Shadow get hit with a Hex. Immediately knocked back. Saba does a wall last second. Is going to use whatever Maelstrom he can to heal. The heal barely keeping him alive. Might just have to go full Bloodlust Ascendance, everything here to generate as much Maelstrom as possible, right? It's going to be stunned. No way to break it. Doesn't Pally have it? The Pally does have it, unfortunately. That was crazy good. With Shaboshi going to be up next. Light Shadow might have to go for something here. Immediate blind. As it's going to be a Searing Glare right after. Shaboshi, I think, is the Herald. While Light Shadow, I think he is the big, like, hammer. Did that connect? That Searing Glare? I felt like it was so far away. I feel like they shouldn't have reached. Shaboshi may be looking for Lay on Hands actually here. He does go for Lay on Hands. Light also has Lay on Hands. Bubbles it instead. Unless you were already Lay on Hands earlier, he bubbles. So for Shaboshi, trying to see if he can walk away, trying not to get his bubble procced. For Light, he needs recovery. Needs healing. But I think with that, Wake of Ashes, yeah, it does go down, unfortunately. Young Jay gonna be up next as a Magus is, I think, gonna give... You don't have to give him an honorable duel, Jay. You don't have to. I think he's gonna choose to. But you definitely do not have to. Definitely don't have to. It's a personal choice. It is up to you. Does get himself a Hand of Freedom. Stole it. Stole that freedom. Is gonna get Shaboshi slowed down to smithereens in a situation where whether you go at the mage or behind the pillar, you're still gonna get shattered enough, taking enough damage just to pop a bubble here. Invis out for Young just to give himself more defensives here as best as possible. Still holding onto a block if he ever needs one. Dropping down big lances, big spike to follow up. Big, not crit, unfortunately. Does get the shatter combo with a flurry, but no crit. Block the stun immediately, which I think is probably the best move there. So you don't even have to deal with the stun or follow-up damage. And recovers as much health as possible too. Breath out by Young. With a Poly to follow, Frostbomb right after. And the full Comet Storm Meteor combo. You do have a Spell Warden, unfortunately. Question is, does Lay on Hands come back up? Or no? Does Lay on Hands come up? Because he could potentially at least get himself some Dawnlight healing. And get himself quite a bit of recovery right now. He has got himself lots of Dawnlight healing. So that is helping him a lot. He's going to try to see if he can spell steal what buffs he can. Lay on Hands, is it available? Well, if it is, you better use it as soon as possible off of that spike. If you have it, he doesn't have it. Young able to bury him down in a cascade of meteors and comet storms. Yo, my man, look at that beauty. Look at those wings, dude. That looks so pretty. This mount absolutely looks gorgeous. I wish you wouldn't like. I know you're just moving back and forth. I think giving Young just like a chance to recover, a chance for an auto duel. I wish it would stand still for a second so I could just take a close look at the map. Oh, I like that set. I got that one as well. I don't normally get a lot of chance. I mean, not really a lot of sets from trading posts. Usually it's just like specific items like the Prowler Cowl or something. I think it's called, with the masks, like the hoodie and the mask combo. I like those a lot. I get those pieces, or like a cool weapon maybe. But I normally don't go for a full set. But the biker looking set, I liked it a lot. I liked it a ton. I wanted it because I definitely want to try to make a mod with that at some point. Take pieces and try to see if it could cadaver something cool with it. It's going to be a Rick trying to see if he can back up on it. That does eat a Ring of Frost somehow. I don't even know where the ring was. But for Young, that's an opportunity to go for a shatter. Does get hit with an axe toss. Block is available in case he needs it. Fear to follow right after. We'll have access to human racial very, very soon. For Rick right now, is an opportunity to potentially end this duel here. Is just going to continuously summon even more demons versus Young, I'm pretty sure. You have the water elemental, so yeah, he's going to use that water elite to try to see if he can land as many hits as possible. Does get hit with a quick interrupt. And Young does get himself a bit of a knock on those pets, shifting power to get some cooldowns back. He's gonna have to get over there, which is Rick, and just shatter him as much as possible. He's gonna blink in, breath to follow. You have a stun. You technically do. You follow up. He's gonna try to, but before he can do it, Rick with a trick and fear right after, trying to make sure he gets ahead of Young, which is probably the right move. Young does have a human racial, but it's not gonna be enough. That full pit lord firing off all that damage all at once. I think with the chaos mother on top of it, it's just way too many demons. With Sharkira, gotta be last one left, charging out at Rick. It's not gonna be an easy match. You gotta make sure you land a good karma. There goes the gateway. And you know that Rick at some point is gonna have a port too. So as long as you're planning for it, you might be able to be okay. It is a lot of demons chasing after you. Having to wait them out a little bit, trying to go for as many fights as possible. One saving grace for Sharkira though is Rick does not have a trinket. So if you can land yourself a really good go, Axe Toss just got sent. So as long as you can land a good leg sweep with a full conduit, you could potentially do a ton of damage. Try to see if you close the gap. Unable to quite connect. Board out for Rick. You might need to karma the pet or something. And I think for Sharkira, it might be done unless you karma someone right now. I think we'll try to see if you catch up. And Rick decided, I'm just going to stay as far away as possible from all that. The kite spree was huge. Go Air's picking up too. That's some I love the Shadowpriest gameplay. I love it. It was so much damage too. So much damn. We get another one? Okay. Let's get you guys a +1 here. Let's get you guys a +1. Who are missing? Got it. Perfect. Got a guy. Look at the boy. Perfect. We're doing it. There we are. Come on, boy, rest in hell. Invite Drex here. Do we need an extra body? Looking for one. Check LFG under molten. And I got Carner hitting me back up. Yeah, Carner, if you are on stream, 5V5 1V1 DUELS under molten core. Just type in number 5 and you should be able to find a group with Rick Meister and Kazak. Sign up and he'll take you. Real quick. I get it. Perfect. Beautiful. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful evening, my guy. I was talking about earlier. I was like, yo, that's a good rogue. I want to see that man play. And here you are. Perfect. Get in here. Have some fun with it. As soon as you sign up, Rick hopefully should be able to take you. I'm hoping. We'll see them. But yeah, Melee Wings isn't Melee Wings anymore. They changed Holy Palette Judgment mainly. So it's a Judgment Palette. It's not even just in Melee. Do you even have any Melee mechanics anymore? Is there an auto attack component? Okay, but no invite. Should have a guy in your LOG queue. Did it take you? I think he took you down, right? Pretty sure he got you. It's literally Denounce Light. Do you mean you're literally playing Denounce, or are you talking about like Denounce version of Paladin? Because if you talk about like the WAD, I could see it. But if you mean literally Denounce is back as a button, I don't know how I feel about it. I need to take a look at it. You know what? Maybe I'm judging it a little too early. I need to take a look at it. I think that's probably the safer course of action, because maybe it's like really cool. I'm just like already coming around. When you Crusader, become the ultimate Crusader of light for 12 seconds. Judgment goes down 30% faster. Oh yeah, there's no auto attacking component with it, because wasn't it like your auto attacks also restored your Crusader strikes, judgments, and autos restored health? I mean, it's probably good that they could just go like an offensive paladin, right? Judgment hits hard and heals people. That's probably better, right? Because it could be a little bit of range, a little bit of melee. They have that freedom as a healer. There's nothing intriguing about Crusader Strike, because they changed it so the Holy Shock replaces Crusader Strike. That's why. It's a recent build. They're trying it out. We'll see if it'll save. Switch. Got us a Scurdy over the team 1. Ready to go. We got us a Rick. Gonna be first one up and running versus Shakira. A bit of a rematch, and I'm sure Shakira is looking towards this rematch right here. Last time versus Rick just ran. And what is this damage in the opener? Axe toss, and Shakira's thinking about half-ish health. He's gonna go for the karma. Legs up on a Rick. Rick does go with the trinket. Quick fear. Shakira trying to see if he catch up as fast as possible. Unfortunately unable to catch up. Managed to go the distance to just get the hell away from dodge. Trying to see if he can stay on top of Rick as best possible. Slice and wins. But something takes him out. I think it's just the demon spawn at the same time. Like a Chaos Mother, full barrage of Foul just all condenses into one. I think. Nesmershka gonna be up next though. Last time, did him and Rick duel each other? I think he might have Rick actually in a good spot. No more trinket by the Warlock. That's an opportunity for Nesmershka just to unleash a bunch of damage. Back-to-back Viscerates, Cloak of Shadows early on. Rick backing up out of there. Nesmershka chasing on him. You won't have any way to back away. You will have AoE fear. Nesmershka unfortunately will not have a trinket for it. How's the duels? Pretty fun. Started off a little slow because everybody's still playing Remix. Remix literally got everybody in a death grip, which is really cool, but yeah, I feel like we maybe could have skipped out on duels on EU, because EU is really into it. I did have a lot of messages from NA like, yo, you doing duels? You doing duels? NA is eager for it. On EU is a lot of people have played Remix. Can't blame you though. I'm glad that people are enjoying it though. You have no idea, dude, how many people missed out on Mop Remix because they were like, oh, it has no PvP. Yeah, I don't want to play it. Dude, I am so glad people are giving Legion Remix a try. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. For a bulk kill before mil damage. Jesus, so it's rigged just with a cast. Is it actually 4 million? That seems like a lot. Like, what is it? A fifth or a quarter of your health? That seems like a lot. Try to see if you can go for another Infernal Bolt real quick. It's going to be a huge hit. Does connect with Nesmershka. I guess it didn't crit this time. Nesmershka with a bit of a sippy cup does not have advantage at the moment, so it's going to be still a bunch of pets chasing after the Rogue. And unfortunately, the Rogue, once he has all the pets on his tail, trying to outrun the demonic army here, unless he got a Vanish or a Shadow Meld. I think he does just die behind the pillar. He knows that he's just dead if he just sits there. So he needs to find a way to reconnect with Rick. Rick, however, has an AoE fear ready to go. And he's just going to let the pets do a lot of this work. Let the pets do a lot of the dirty work. He's just not even gonna, his hands are clean. You know, he can be like, officer, I wasn't even touching him. It's just a bunch of demons. Like, did you conjure those demons? I may have, I might have not have, but my hands are clean. The judge, my hands are clean of the crime. Just a bunch of demons. I may or may not have opened up a portal or two, but it's not my fault. He's trying to stab me. Which the Rogue was. I mean, it is a 1v1. Rest in Hell tried to see if he could take down Rick. However, Rick so far has been able to evade him meteorically by Rest in Hell, making a huge gains in distance. Transition up with Rick. Trying to land a kick. Does not connect. Backing up out of there for a second. Rick boarding out. Rest in Hell picked up a lot of health just now. I don't even know where that all came from. Might have been a Sigil of Spite that I just didn't notice. But he's got himself Metamorphosis still. Quick AoE fear by Rick. Question is, does Rest in Hell have enough to keep on going here? Feared back to back. Just trying to see if he could rush back over towards the Warlock. The Warlock has a trinket backup, but no defensives. So if Rest in Hell can find a way to lock him down or just break past the lockdown, might be okay. Massive hit by Rick. Immunity out for Rest in Hell. He does have Darkness. Was not able to stop the Tyrant there, unfortunately. Darkness is down. Maybe can get some healing off of those pets, potentially. Will not be able to do much. That is a big old Pit Lord barreling down from a distance. Flying up in the air, but he does not have Rick. And line of sight does get him line of sight last second. Try to see if he can take down the demons, but I think the demons do catch him. That is unfortunate. That is so tough. Goers is going to be up next. Just trying to get a dot onto one of his pets. Rick is just with a full-on first aid. As long as he doesn't take damage from Goers, he can't go for the full first aid. Even if he does damage to those pets, that doesn't put him into combat or anything. He needs to take direct damage from a dot or really anything. It's going to be the Chaos Mother joining in, but I think Goers is going to wait it out. Is going to wait it out. A lot of those demons, a lot of the big demons are actually chilling behind the pillar. Rick walking up at Goers does force a trinket out of the Shadow Priest. Try to go for his Fear, I think, initially on Rick, but wasn't able to connect. Fears the demon instead, which is really good, actually. Fearing demons is huge. Does get locked down in Shadow, unfortunately. It has a flash heals, Void Torrent. Got some potential loss of damage. Big Dark Ascension, hoping to go for big burst. That Pet Lord is doing massive damage. Rick pokes from behind the pillar for a second. Do you have the big Shadow Crash? The Void Volley? Do you have the big combo or no? I think it's gone. I think he wanted to go for a big combo, but he doesn't have it. Rick, however, is taking quite a decent bit of damage though. Rick so far is not coming out of this duel unscathed. The Shadow Priest is able to start piercing away at that health by little by little. Warlocks, Demonology in particular, are very, I guess Warlocks now are pretty tough, but they have a lot of defenses. Lot of just natural toughness. Plus a soul link with their pet, so a portion of the damage they take is taken by the pet instead, so they get to share that pain with their demonic companion that they may or may not have summoned out of another officer. You know, we're back to that same old argument. And Goers does have his soul ripped out of his body. His damage and healing is reduced dramatically, so you can't really do much. And that's going to be full reflect out for Rick with a Pit Lord joining in. There's just nothing you can do once a Pit Lord pops out of a portal. It is just a lot of damage for you to deal with. Just a ton. And Rick is just trying to see if he can get himself a better angle. Young is able to walk at him with a full, almost landing a Ring of Frost. Somehow the main pet did not get hit by the breath. I am surprised. Interrupted Rick, he's immediately gateway out. Young is at least going to be able to stop those pets in their wake with a Ring of Frost, but is going to end up backing up out of them. I think he wants to make sure he's got himself a clean go versus Rick. I think he's going to have to land a breath into a stun. I think he has to land a breath into a stun. He tried to see if he can get himself some mobility, but it looks like maybe Young is lagging potentially a little. Hopefully not. Hopefully he stabilizes a little bit, so this could be as even of a duel as possible. He's like Super Saiyan blinking all over the place here. It's hard to tell exactly where he's at, honestly. Fear, gonna be Young, not sitting in that one long at all. Does have himself a launch in case he needs to, so he is gonna be able to ultra kind of high. Sorta. Picked up a little bit of health out of it. Potentially 34% dampening does end up reducing it slightly. Rick so far is just running amok, man. Blocks are still available for Young. Does get locked down on Frost for a second. Try to place a Ring of Frost. He's so far been really unable to connect with Rick and get too close because he needs to spend a blink to even get close to Rick. The best he can do, I think, at this point is just go for whatever shatters he can. Rick trying to see if he can bait out a breath out of him. Does not get to bait it. Young just trying to see if he can back up out of there behind the pillar. Maybe we'll need to go for some kind of a reset. Greater Invis and maybe goes to get some food from in like in a corner or something. That could potentially help. Young does end up blinking past Rick. Trying to see if he can land a polymorph while moving. Goes in for Invis. Maybe he can go in like a corner somewhere and get some food. Unless he's dotted. It looks like he is dotted. And Rick is just chasing him. Not letting him go anywhere. Not letting him have any rest. But trying to see if he can get a block out of the mage. Thanks for the games. Thank you for coming by, Sab. Appreciate you, my man. Always fun to have you here, man. Always enjoyed to have you in these duels. Unfortunately, you didn't get to play that match yet because so far Rick has just been running wild with these boys the entire time. Rick does end up setting up a gateway for Young. Maybe he's trying to see if he can land a Ring of Frost. I think to catch the main pet. Does end up freezing it. Trinkets out of that stun. That is a lot of demons attacking it. Maybe looking for a second block. Just trying to get a good angle versus Rick. Finally gets him in a freeze for a second. It's going to be a reflect out for him. Young having to pop in a block. So far, Young has not been able to get close enough to Rick to land a breath. And the entire time, the demons that Rick is summoning and putting in position into a Pit Lord. Literally out of a block into a Pit Lord. Like, how do you survive this? Just blink away. Great Invis is not available. I don't know if you got shields, but it doesn't matter. The Doom, however, is already on you, and Rick literally walked up with wall. Knowing that if I just press the offensive, I'm pretty sure I'll win this. Actually crazy amount of damage. And Rick back up with 5. Young needs another one. Okay, we'll get you guys a +1. Try to see if we can get you guys uno mas. Rest in Hell, Shakira, Young, Dal. Okay. I'm gonna list it up. If you guys want to join us, we got a one more spot. Come on, GF, good luck. All right, thanks so much, Shakiro. Bye, man. Appreciate ya. Or Boundless, appreciate you, my man. Multi-core. 5V5 1v1 Duels. I need Venge. Untethered Rage. Soul Cleave and Spirit Bomb can consume an additional soul fragment and deal additional 10% damage for each consumed. Ooh. Wait, how many can you bank up? For each consumed. 10% more damage for each consumed. So I guess it consumes 6 fragments? Is that what it is? Allowing metamorphosis to be cast. Wait. Soul Cleave and Spirit Bomb. Soul Cleave and Spirit Bomb have a chance per soul fragment consumed to grant untethered rage, allowing metamorphosis to be cast without incurring a cooldown in less than 10 seconds. Oh, I kind of like that. Wait, that's so good. Untethered rage. Wait, both talents named Untethered Rage? Am I missing something? Why are both of these talents named Untethered Rage? Huh? Oh, that's part of the Apex. Oh, okay. I didn't realize. That's Apex. I see it now. I see now. Okay. We still need 2 more. We need 2 more. 2 mas. 3 or 4 plus Soul Cleave, 6-7 a Spirit Bomb. Okay, part of the Apex. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Soul Cleave, Spirit Bomb have a chance per soul fragment consumed to grant Untethered Rage, so you could just hit him with a meta without casting. I mean, how often? I feel like they need to probably make it so that after he consumes a set amount of souls, you can use meta without consuming cooldown. Instead of RNG, make it like a guaranteed proc. So something you could, like, you know, watch track. I think that'll probably be better than like a random proc, honestly. I mean, random proc is probably going to be okay still. But yeah. Consumes up to 2 soul fragments. Oh, okay, so it can consume like 4 of them. Got rid of meta on I-Beam, but the Apex is sweet. Oh, they got rid of like the additional like Demon Hunter joins to I-Beam when you use Breath. Is that what it is? I haven't taken a look at. The only Demon Hunter spec I really took a look at is Devourer. Have not taken a look at Vengeance or Havoc at all. And I'm assuming there's a lot of people out there that did the same. They're just like, oh, shiny new spec. All the other ones are dead to me. You know what I mean? Alrighty, if I can, looking for 1 LG, same. Yeah, let me see if I can get somebody else in the good old BNet. Gabaluku? I mean, I could see if this man was joining. Hey, Gabu. I don't remember if this guy joins duels in a regular. I'm just gonna ask anyway. I'm just gonna ask. Anti-G? I don't remember if he... Haven't lost hope for DH. I hope you like it, man. Hopefully it will be good in the long term. At the end of the day. You ready? I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I still need a +1. I'll still need an Uno Mas, unfortunately. Maybe we'll get one in a second here. You know, Demonic on Vengeance will kind of kill Feldev, but hopefully that'll make him look at it properly. Wait, hold on. Did Demonic change? Demonic on Feldev. What does that mean? I think maybe they changed Demonic, didn't they? Vengeance. Oh, wait. Where's Demonic? Is it in? Demonic. There's no Demonic. There's a Demonic Resilience where spikes gain additional charge. Wait, spikes have an... What the hell is that for Havoc then? Blur gains an additional charge. Blur? They don't have Demonic anymore. That's so weird. Sigil Spite is a vengeance thing now? Okay, dude. Yo, that class tree changed up a bunch. Lordy. What is that? Oh my god. The second blur seems really good, by the way. A second blur seems really good. Does that mean you can have 3 charges of spikes? Crazy. Won't press Fell Devastation. You just won't first Fell. Hold on. Do you still have Fell Devastation? Do you just not play Fell Devastation ever? Oh, that is so weird. Hold on. Yeah, Fell Dev into a meta. No, Fell Dev is still a button. I guess, you know, you 100% you still want to press it, right? Okay, Fell Devastation. Fully channeled Fell Devastation increases the damage of its final tick by 300. Fell Devastation heals for additional... Fell Devastation damage increased by 30. Fell Devastation finish channeling. It refreshes cooldown for its fury. Fell Devastation heals you 50% more based on your missing health. So it's like a heal, basically. But it's really bad. It's less health and damage than soul cleaving. They're gonna have to buff it, aren't they? Crazy? Alright, let's get crazy in here. Let's get crazy tonight. Okay, cool. We're gonna send you guys into a... Let's do a Blade's Edge. I like the way Blade's Edge looks. It's Vengeance, Death Strike. Why are they doing this with Fell Devastation, though? That's so weird. It seems like it's like such a core ability. It's like center. Why would they do that? It seems really bad, doesn't it? Like maybe if Fell Devastation was like off to the side, kind of like Fire Breath was for Brewmasters, where you could like technically have a build without Fire Breath. You know? Then I could maybe see it, but it's like so center. It's like front and center ability, but I guess you just won't press it. It just... That feels off, right? You basically just... Doesn't that feel wrong? It feels like it feels so wrong. Like actually feels so wrong to do. Something seems off. These charges of Demon Spikes is gonna be weird. I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, you don't really need that many, but like I think it might allow you to play like less haste heavy builds, so you can just rotate spikes. I think it's interesting. You might not even need that talent though, to be honest. You might just not invest into it. Which? Oh, let's go on 5-0 trust. Okay. I feel it. We got ourselves Darken. It's gonna be first episode Shadow Priest. Yo, how kind of been loving how many Shadow Priests we've had so far. However, it is gonna be a sub rogue, dude. It's gonna be the 2 specs that are shadowy inclined, and Dirk's absolutely just chopping up Darken. Not giving him much of a chance to even get a breather here. It's gonna be a bunch of void volleys. Shadow striking to the pet to avoid that volley. Still eats a massive volley either way. Cloak of Shadows for the rogue. Just bursts out for Darken. Still has a trigger for the rogue. Try to see if you can juke him out. Does not get to juke him out, unfortunately. Dirk's with advantage for a second. I like a tabard, by the way. That thing is pretty good. That's the season 3 tabard. Pretty good looking. I feel like there's not a lot of sets that match that tabard super well. It feels not really voidy. It almost feels like... I know they're trying to go for like ethereal void looking thing, but it almost feels like Nerubian. Just the color scheme. I feel like void ethereal should have been more purple. Personally, it's going to be red, but a cheap shot's back to back in the Darken. Does not have much of an answer. Does get himself a fade for a second. Gouge for a second. Does Dirk survive this go? He does survive, but it still has a lot of damage. Stone on the Dirks. Darken wins. What is this video game? Is this World of Warcraft? Shadow Priest beats a rogue? That doesn't happen, does it? Is this Fellowship? What is this? This isn't World of Warcraft? What is happening? I think historically... What is your cloak, by the way? Is that just like a random mog? Is that a toy? Like everything good matches with the set. Even the, you know, the weapon is the artifact weapon, which is like kind of matches Shadow Priest, but not the cloak. Since when Shadow Priest went rogue? I don't know, man. I don't know. The Fool's started to darken. I think he might just die here, but unfortunately, not a lot he could do. Like, Desperate Prayer, maybe, but I think, yeah, it's just over. Like, as he came out of CC, there was already, like, I feel like a Frostbolt or something. Whatever that killed him just now, it was already midair. I don't know what could have helped. I don't know what would have happened there. Shiboshi does give Young a bit of like this honorable match here, just letting him kind of, maybe not giving him an honorable duel, maybe just waiting until Icy Veins goes away. He is giving him a chance to like position wherever he wants to before he rushes him. I don't know if it's like a honorable thing or if he's just like, I just need a better angle and I don't like how he has cooldowns right now. I don't want to run at him while he's rolling cooldowns. Might be one of those situations. Young does hit him with a breath, is going to land a polymorph while moving. That Dawnlight, however, does get nerfed. They get nerfed by 15%, so that is noticeable. Mad damage onto Shiboshi. Got himself a Shield of Vengeance to follow him. Young backing up out of there. Got himself Alter. It should be okay. Knocking Shiboshi out in the open, and the more you can knock him and slow him, the better. Young taking huge hits is going to have the Alter, let him recover a ton of health. Only 10% dampener to reduce it. Massive Glacial Spike into Shiboshi, trying to see if we can get some more cooldowns out of him. Is going to be a lay on hands out of the Paladino. As he's trying to see if he can get himself a Hand of Freedom. Could potentially steal it, but he's using the Hand of Freedom to get himself lots of mobility. Keeping Young out in the open so he can't go for a greater invis. He's going to go for Poly Nova, trying to spell steal all the buffs he can. Frost Bomb, potentially big go. Poly, full Meteor. Just throwing every big hit at him right now with a bunch of abilities. No Flurry, unfortunately, to land that Shatter bonus. He just instead tossed out a Frost Bomb, big Meteor with a Comet Storm, and just a Frozen Orb, just to slow him down, let it do a bit of damage from a distance. For Shiboshi, he's perfectly fine right now. The Young just trying to see if he can get himself an angle to sit down for some Mage Foot. Is going to hit him with his flurries to land an immediate slow. Ring of Frost to make it harder for the Paladin to really get an angle. Almost walking to the Ring of Frost, but trying to avoid it as best as he can. Got himself a bit of that range. And as long as Young is able to keep himself at a distance, not let the Paladin go for a full Wake of Ashes with Dawnlight, he's going to be okay. Shiboshi trying to see if he can finally close the gap. Finally trying to see if he can make some damage happen to Young. He's going to be a Trinket with Young trying to see if he can reposition Massive Spike, but it's going to be immune for Shiboshi. And then Young is going to go for a little bit of that shifting power. Try to recover as much health as humanly possible. Repositioning to get around Paladin all the way. Does go for a greater invis, but he's lagging, so he doesn't even know where he's at. The lag couldn't even guess, honestly. He was just running in place. Unfortunately. And Young trying to get himself an angle. Does pick up a Poly, but he just does not have that corner. He just keeps waddling. He keeps waddling in that duck form. In that Poly towards the corner to try to dodge it. He kind of hits. Frostfire Bolt could have potentially been huge. That is a big, big Shatter combo. Could have been a lot of damage. And Young is just trying to... It doesn't look like Young is going to want to rush Shiboshi with like a breath or anything. He's going to just try to see if he can stay away from him. I think he just does not want to get hit by the Wake of Ashes into Dawnlights, like to begin with. If he can reduce that, limit that, he's going to be in a good spot. And he just try to see if he can maximize that range away from the Pally. Technically could drop down with the breath and a full stun lock combo. Shiboshi does have a human racial for this. He's going to try to see if he can go for a Blizzard. Gets out of the CC with a blink, breath right after with a Poly to follow him. And this is an opportunity for him to have maybe some kind of a go. Shiboshi taking huge hits, but no flurries before those huge goes. It does not allow them to shatter, unfortunately. Unless you have like a Nova on the guy ahead of time, just not really getting that shatter bonus that you're looking for. Does have himself the Dawnlight, landing the dot onto Young, who got him some shields. Glacial Spike is just trying to see if he can back up out of there. Does get a massive crit. Huge procs to follow. Young may be looking for a block here. It's going to be Shiboshi also with the bubble as well. So both of them are going for as much of a reset as possible. Does have himself the Water Elemental to at least build some resources off of. Might have a Wake of Ashes ready to go here. Hand of Freedom, trying to see if he can spell steal it. This is going to be a stunned full go. Young does it with a breath. Not a lot of health. Still got a second block. May need to go for greater invis, honestly. That's a lot of dot damage you're taking. You don't have a lot of health. You don't have a lot of health. You need something to live. Shiboshi also does get kind of low, but Dawnlight is going to help him survive. Do you get yourself a full baby food? You might just have to. Might just have to go corner and go as much food as you can. Just go for a feast. Shiboshi could pick up the eye or just rush it. I think he's just going to have to rush you. I think he's just going to have to. Yeah, you're just going to have to. That's a lot of recovery you're getting there. That's a lot of recovery you got there, buckaroo. Does not have a human racial or a trinket available here for the next time. Blinked a little early though. Try to go for a blind, does not connect. Try to see if he can back away from Shiboshi. Lands a Poly. Staying far enough away from the Hodge, I think is going to be your only way to live right now for Young. Taking a huge hit, shoulder vendors, keep him alive. The Mage right now is just on the spot. He keeps blinking. So the next stun is just going to get some CC'd, unfortunately. Poly in his Verity Yard. Maybe go for a stun of your own. Does not get the knock back. Young, I think, is done. Block, last one. Does get himself a little bit of help to work with. I don't know if you have anything to follow up. Maybe a stun onto Shiboshi. He doesn't have a block anymore. He probably has a lay on hand. So maybe if you go for a full stun on him, that might be the play. Full stun, icy veins, full burst, everything available. Polly, I think you just have to have a go. I think you just have to have a go. He's got himself icy veins. Shiboshi back it up out of there completely. If he had a full stun, meteor, and all those procs, I think that might have been enough. I think he has to commit. I think he just has to commit. You got him rooted. That could be an opportunity for you to run in, hit him with a breath, hit him with a stun. Try to hit him with a breath, does not connect. Try to be extra careful from him. Next stun by Shiboshi could put Young in a bad spot. Oh, he's gonna have a human racial actually, so even if you stun him, it doesn't matter. Does have a blink. Got him some procs. Bomber for after. Does he just end him right here? Woo! No laying hands, baby. You know what? Maybe stunning him was not the play. Maybe polymorphing him with a big spike was the play. That was a good kit. That was a good go. That was huge. It's gonna be Rick Meister up next. Got himself the core. Just look at bouncing up. Look at that. Yeah, look at that thing. Oh, imagine this set kind of. It's like bluish and just kind of bluish looking. Yeah, I love those wings too. How it's like a galaxy wings. Only had to play him 12 times. Look, okay. Look. Pallies are not easy. They nerf their damage, but they're still really good for 1v1. Like really good. I feel like there were a couple of times where Young had a really good go, but because he didn't have a flurry in there to get the shatter, like I understand why he didn't flurry, right? He popped a frozen orb, popped a usually popped like a meteor or comet storm, and then like frozen orb or blizzard to slow him down, so all those things clash together at once. But if you go in like comet storm flurry, maybe part of it connects, but ideally you would have flurry then meteor, so you have that combo. But if you flurry, you break him out of the polymer CC, so you know it's a tough spot to be in. It's gonna be breath on Rick with a poly. Young, I think he's gonna have a block. Yeah, he's not gonna have a block, but he's gonna have an axe toss that's gonna hit him. Young trying to see if he can hit with a fear, but it's going to be walking up in melee with a quick fear of his own. Trying to go for a kick, does not connect. It is going to be a juke, unfortunately. And Young just trying to see if he can get himself some shifting power. And there's going to be a lot of demons with the Doom Guard chasing after him. That Doom Guard is actually very scary. Stun from above. Young does get a dodge with a greater invis, however. And Rick is looking for the eyes right now. If Young is in a good spot, he could potentially get himself a great opener onto Rick, but he's going to back up out. And unfortunately, the pets do give him away. That pet chasing after it is going to give away exactly where you are. It does get a dodge what looks like a Chaos Mother back there. Is that what I saw? Or is that just Gateway? It looked like a Chaos Mother does get himself a port up above. Continuing to summon demons. He just stayed away from Young the entire time. Axe awesome to also interrupt him on looks like Frost potentially. Is going to back up out of there. Tyrant is available. There's going to be just a lot of demons chasing after Young. If he can CC those demons with roots and stuff, he might be okay. Does, I think, get himself a ring of frozen bomb onto Rick. He does get it, but I don't think he had the shadow combo. Rick does go for a gateway. I don't think he has a port for a while. He does have a port from the far side. But let's see, resets it right now. He might be not in a great spot. Young, I don't know how he's going to go for him. That's going to be a tough matchup, honestly. Early match, I had a S3 beat Rogue and the Mage beat Paladin. It is a crazy match though, isn't it? Mage beat Paladin. I think Pally in past won against mages. I think at least in War Within. I feel like any other expansion, mages usually just like run circles around Paladins. But I think this War Within Pallies with that Dawn Light, usually just like as long as you get the dot, you're melting people. And then nerfing the dot a little bit is like, okay, do I play the dot build, which is not as good, or do I play the hammer build, which is probably highly impactful, but I really gotta get up really melee and really land those hammers. You know what I mean? Sometimes Dawnlight will just like randomly get wings proc and puts a Dawnlight on the guy and like you didn't even do anything. It's just a passive Dawnlight. But yeah, I think it does make it a little bit harder to like. There used to be a guaranteed answer. I don't think there's a guaranteed answer anymore. Rick just continued to run circles around Young. Speaking about running circles, Young just having to block. He's back up against the wall, surrounded by the army of the Burning Legion. Rick nowhere to be found, literally staying away from the guy the entire time. And anytime he closes the gap, he does it with a fear. And just continues to see chain right after. If you get a little too close, or if you get too many casts in there, he goes in for an axe toss with a pet that's pretty much always on you. And unless you can slow down and root Rick in place, I think he's going to have a port here available, isn't he? Or gateway? Might just have a gateway. Yeah, he's got himself all the pets. Full summons. Does he have a tyrant? Not for a second, actually. Axos is trying to get himself a frosty cast, and I think, yeah, Try to see if you can end it right there. With an Axos, the Indigo Dons are available. Try to see if you can keep building up as much damage as possible. It's going to go for a knockback on the pet. I don't think I've ever seen that pet get knocked back that far. Like, I usually see NPCs not knocked far, but they usually go to like the edge. And they don't really fall off. But that time the pet actually fell. If you aren't too young, it's over. It's like Indigo Don taking him out. With the rest of the hell gonna be up next. Try to see if he can just dodge that CC. He's gonna get himself a huge charge. I don't even know what that was just now. Was that a fall blade? Try to see if he can stay on top of Rick as best as possible. Trinkets out of that stun with the Sigil of Fear to try to see if he can stop Rick. Is gonna hit him with a haunt mid-air. He basically like almost feel like knocked him up in the air, hit him with a fear, and then just hit him with a body check haunt in mid-air. It looks so good. Fear by Rick. Just try to see if he can get the hell out of dodge. Does he have a port? Does he have mobility? Because for Rest in Hell, while he's hanging out with these pets, he's not going to be able to get much. He can at least rip souls out of the pets' bodies with a big Sigil Spite off of Rick, however. Is going to get him quite a bit of healing. Tyrant is in play, but this doesn't have mobility, I don't think. This is going to be Rest in Hell. I think landed the kill, and the Blaze do take out Rick. With Aloe going to be up next, charging out versus Rest in Hell. Rest got to go through two more here. Elo get hit with a big old eye beam. Is going to be Rest in Hell dodging with the Shadow Meld for just a quick second. Dropping his darkness, I think. As Elo does not drop theirs. No, still has a cooldown for it. So Rest in Hell, just try to see if he can just run out Elo. He's just doing a bunch of damage from a distance. With a hunt, should be able to connect here. Does it connect? I don't think he actually took the damage. I think he had to imprison the stops from taking damage while he's on. Misclick wall, I guess, mage. All good, all good. All good, all good. Elo does fly up in the sky for a second. Rest in Hell, not gonna mess with that. Not gonna mess with it. Rest in Hell does not have a lot of health, unfortunately. It's gonna be a very short stun onto Elo, but it's gonna be a full stun by Elo onto Rest in Hell. Does go in for a quick imprison. Is it gonna be enough? Elo trying to see if he can back up on Essential of Fear. Does connect, but the dots do take him out. And Rest in Hell needs to get whatever health he can. Curdy does land a full stun on the guy. Quick Fear right after. Has a bunch of volleys flying out, so it's probably gonna connect with Rest in Hell. Does connect. He got immunes with the Metamorphosis right after. Needs to pick up as much health as possible. Sigil of Spite, it is just not quick enough. And Curdy ready to go for the next, but he doesn't know who it's going to be. Is this the Rogue or is it Crazy? He's giving it whoever it is. He's letting him figure it out. Is it the Hunter? If it is the Hunter, just got to sting. Make sure you're moving. It is going to be the Rogue. Unfortunately, it is going to be the Rogue for Curdy. Not a great matchup. Does go for the Trick and Fear. Immediate trick out of the Rogue. I don't know if Curdy... No, he can't stun him. Cloak of Shadow is really early for Nasmushka. Potentially, either Curdy just goes down here because it is a Rogue with full cooldowns and massive damage. Or Curdy potentially uses that Cloak of Shadows use early to maybe somehow swing a victory. Does have a big rift. Lots of damage building onto Nasmushka. Curdy had no help whatsoever. Cheap shot. Unfortunately, Nasmushka does take it. 2 for Young. And I think it was 2 for... Rest in Hell, I think. I need to go double check that. That Young versus Rest in Hell, or not Rest in Hell, versus oh, we need 2 more. Okay, let's try to see if we can get it. But that last one was a really long one with Rick. Very close match. Actually, never mind. No, I close match. I think maybe him and Paladin was kind of close. With Rick, I think he just ran circles. I actually don't think that was close. That's a misspeak. Who are you? Nevis? Hold on, these guys only have like 14 million health. That seems like very low. Aren't they supposed to have like 20 mil? Or is it like not scaling up maybe? Or is it like some PvE guys that accidentally ended up going here? I'm not even sure, honestly, chat. I am not even on. Honestly, I'm not even sure. I am not even sure. We'll try to see if we can get ourselves a body or 2. I don't know if Dirk's coming back. It might not be. It might not be that. But we got spots if you guys want to join us. We got space. We are at the time where we normally would be ending the stream. Text to speech on cooldown manager. Oh yeah, I did see that. I saw some people making like sounds. Yeah, there's a bunch of sounds with it. Hold on, chat. I do want to hear them. You can add 67 alerts, but or buff having a maximum of 3. Type sound when available. Pandemic cooldown charge gained. Man, there used to be an easy way of doing this, right? Cash register, air horn. Bro, what? What? Seriously? They basically took the weaker version of sounds and they just kind of yoinked them. Hover.
Feed the flames.
Feed the flames. I mean, the text-to-speech is probably could be useful. Oh, we can't hear it? Hold on. I'll make it super loud for you.
Hover.
Wait, is this it? There we go.
Feed the flames.
Like, what is this trash can? What is that panther? Why does it sound so like low quality? Is that just a full video of all the sounds? Full sound options. Oh, there's like a full sound thing. That was okay. I don't like that. That's alright. I don't like that. Yo. Okay. Death. The guitar one is going to be Death Knight sounds, 100%. I don't like any of those. I don't like that either. Nope. Could have been shorter. I don't know, like the cat or the chicken. Cow is a little long, isn't it? Null is cool. I'm alright with that. Why is there like a weird echo? Can you hear it? It's almost like it's in a big room. Like an echo effect. You hear that? Wolf is fine. That's okay. I didn't like that. Too long. What? Probably the guy recording it, like on their end. Maybe, but like, what is your audio? Bella's okay. Wait. That, bro, that's League of Legends, isn't it? Hold on, that's League of Legends. When you ping. Isn't it? And it has even like a chime. It even has like a chime in the background. Bro, what? Did they yoink? Does League, hold on. Does League of Legends just use like some kind of like a free sound or something for their stuff? Is that what it is? Did League just use some kind of like a free sound all their life and not like a professionally recorded specific sound for them or something? What? Okay, that's fine sound. Gate open. I like that. That's Warcraft. They should do more Warcraft sounds instead. Rooster, that is Warcraft actually. Wait, I like that. I like that shimmer bell. Wait, I like the Warcraft sounds. Wait. Bro. Wait, the Warcraft sounds are so good. I like those. Okay. I don't hate the saws. I know they're annoying, but like I don't hate them. Seal! Smith. Oh, that sounds so good. I don't like any of that.
Eternity Surge. Deep Breath. Living Flame.
Did you hear there's like a sound whenever they cast like Living Flame and stuff? Deep Surge. Living Flame, and there's like tick at the end. I don't like that either. Whatever the hell that is, I don't like that either. I mean, I like the Warcraft sounds. The League of Legends one is weird. Literally, it's a League ping. Does League use like a very much like a free sound or something? That Blizzard was just like, oh, it's free on like some website. Why is Living Flame on a cooldown manager? Well, I don't know. I think it's just I think they just make it so you could put literally every ability in cooldown manager, which is probably good because there's some abilities that I want to track, like because they use cooldown manager like above the unit frames itself when it's over here, like above enemy bar, but put it over here. I like that. More metal guitar and create a song with your rot. Yo, seriously, I think Death Knights are just gonna have like guitars playing sounds on every ability. I swear, dude. And then metal like sounds of like a blacksmith sounds for like a drum type of thing. And you just be playing your class and just all that metal guitar sounds happening at the same time. But yeah, chat. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me, man. Hope you can track arena, target focus, target kicks, and DRs. I hope they add that in the baseline too. Yes. I hope they track kicks minimum. If not CC, at least kicks. I think CC tracking is probably fine too. Defensive tracking I don't think would be the worst either. But definitely like kicks and DRs baseline. I think that would be very helpful. And then allow us to get like modify like the Blizzard arena frames to be like this, like squares. But you can like put them on the sides and mark them like as enemy large or something. You know? Good duels them. Good duels, boys. I did enjoy these. It's been a lot of fun. Super fun hanging out with every single one of you. But yeah. We did have at least a number of duels tonight, even though Remix keeping a lot of you boys in the U busy. Tomorrow is going to be NA day, so we're going to be doing some duels over on the NA. And hey, we're actually going to play a bunch of games. So I'm happy about that. Going to be giving the NA a chance tomorrow, see how things go. But I want to thank you boys so much for joining me. I appreciate them. A bunch of videos coming up in the future over the next few days. Whether it is Remix, whether it is Midnight, whether it is whatever. I got a bunch of projects. I basically have like 3 videos I'm sitting in right now. And I didn't need to be sitting on 3. This really been throwing up a lot of stuff. So, yeah. It's been a lot of fun. Hanging out with every one of you. So great. Oh, wait. Might be. Have you guys heard any of that? Sorry, dude. I had the sounds on full blast and I forgot. Long story short of it, I guess I should have been yelling, right? Thank you all. You guys are wonderful. Super fun hanging out with every single one of you. I actually enjoyed the duels today. We didn't get as many, but hey, remixes are the remix. I got a bunch of video projects working on over the next few days. Blizzard keeps giving us a lot of stuff to make videos on. That's awesome. Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow for ENA duels, yeah? Alrighty, you guys have a good one. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, peace.